Nintendo Prime Live. Oh, baby. Let's get some music going here. Remember, guys, any super chats that are under $10, we do drinks of beer. Anything over, we do shots. That's the way it goes. Or you could just say NS, it's still super chat anyways. You don't have to super chat at all, but it's a great way to get your questions in. The easiest way to get your questions in is just to @Nintendo Prime. I will try to get to everything. Can't guarantee I get to them all, but I try. If you want to guarantee, that's what super chats do. You can also do song requests for $2 and up. We don't care if it's copyrighted music. No religion talk, no political talk. Same with the music. Let's go. Let's have a damn good time. All right, let's get to some of the first asks we have already. Anthony Smith coming in saying hi. Hi, how you doing? Miguel Lopez up in here. I voted morning, and there are many games I didn't know, but I'm very happy Mario Party Jamboree got nominated. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I might even vote tonight. I'm already logged in to vote. So we're gonna go over the nominees, but we'll decide before I go over them if I should also vote for them tonight, or if we should vote for them later. We'll talk about that later when we get to that point in the show. All right. Let's see here. Good evening. Hope you had a good week. This is Lion Star. Thank you so much. Force Fanatics says, "What's up? How you doing, man?" Scrolling down further here. Miguel Lopez saying, "You missed me." Yeah, no bonus streams over the weekend. One of the first weekends in a long time we didn't do any bonus streams. So there you go. Yeah. We don't always have bonus streams. That's why they're called bonus streams. We don't have scheduled streams on weekends. So if there ever is one, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe all three, those are bonus streams. Nominees are solid this year. I haven't looked at all of them. I know what the GOTY nominees are, but I haven't looked at like any of the rest. So let's see here. But anyways, well, we're gonna go over them all. I assume I'll end up voting today, unless you guys vote for me to do it a different night. But I don't know why you wouldn't just want it done tonight. But we'll see what happens. Amor 12321 underscores here. How you doing, man? We'll get to voting or decide, or we'll get to at least looking at the nominees and deciding if we're gonna vote on them tonight. Maybe in about, I don't know, give or take 20 minutes. Let's see here. You're playing Portal 2 on the Switch right now. Heck yeah. I don't know what's happening right now. I also have the Bucks game on. It's like a really tight game, and of course the Bucks are losing because, they're losing. That's just the way it is with the Bucks. we can't ever safely win any game. I think the Bucks are gonna pull off the win. Yeah, I don't think so, J-Lo. Nothing's going our way this game. So we're probably losing. I know you say it's a lack of faith in my team, but my team has not given me any reason to believe we can pull out a game like this because we haven't done it all year. Black Ops 6 might be game of the year for action. We'll see. I haven't looked at all the nominees. H-Mod said, "I wish they would have brought Half-Life 2 to Switch for the anniversary." Nah, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? That would have been really nice. Oh boy. Yeah. Yep, saw that coming. It's literally the moment they got Gary Trent Jr. to Switch. I'm like, here we go. Man, we're gonna hit a 3. Dame, you gonna do something? You haven't hit a 3, I feel like, in like 2 weeks. Team looks bad. All right. Let's see here. Mac Famo says, "You ready for Nintendo's next troll, the Nintendo Switch toaster?" I'm always ready for some toast, man. I'm always ready for some toast. Let's go ahead. Let's see here. I'm gonna check the music playlist as well. The music playlist cleared out. Okay, the music playlist is good to go. Okay, the music playlist is good. I was just checking everything in case we get some song requests. Let's see here. Man, the chat's really lively tonight. You guys are so alive down there. You're really chattering my ear off. Let's see here. I'm hosting your own game show. I guess Jeff will have to cancel. Yeah, I'm sure that's how it works, Takata. You know, him and his 80 to 100 million viewers. 80 to 100 million viewers. You know? I'm sure he's just going to give that up for your show, man. Bucks get a rebound. Hey, we got a rebound, but can we score? We've had a hard time scoring all game. Oh my gosh. AJ Green hit a 3. Hey, 1 point game. Bucks are still gonna lose. Here's how the game's gonna end. There's gonna be a defensive foul called against Giannis that's gonna give the other team the lead. Because the Bucks have no challengers, they won't be able to challenge the foul. And because of that, the 2-minute report will determine that it indeed was not a foul, but it doesn't matter because the game ended and we lost. Wait, oh sorry, that's just been the last 2 games for the Bucks. It literally happened in back-to-back games. Back-to-back games with the Bucks. Giannis had phantom fouls called on him in the final 10 seconds of the game. Both times the NBA admitted they weren't fouls. Anyways. And right now, we might not even get the lead, so it might not even matter. They're down 199. Just live commentator here. Van Vliet gets it to Sengun. Sengun gets blocked by Giannis. Giannis with a very late contest. Blocks Sengun. Coming up past Damian Lillard. Get the screen by Giannis. Giannis backs off. It's just Dame one-on-one at the top. He's taking Brooks inside. He's going for the layup, and it's good. Bucks have the lead 101 to 100 with 3.9 seconds left. This game is about to end exactly like I said it is. Look for a foul call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is not a foul that puts him at the line to win the game. I called it. I called this exact thing happening. It's been happened 2 games in a row. Why not make it 3 for 3? Why not make it 3 for 3? Shit you not. That's why Doc Rivers was so pissed last game. It's like 2 fucking games in a row at the end against the Bucks' best player that weren't fouls, called fouls. Ooh. Ouch. Oh, Giannis barely got that block too. Damn. All right. You're good at this sports commentary, man. You should start your own podcast. There is a part of me that if we ever get the sports channel going, there might be some live commentated things. You know, like I obviously can't show the sport on screen, but you can still live commentate on it. There's actually a lot of channels that do that when they have live commentary while watching the game. Let's see here. We'll get to the stuff in a moment. If you can't tell, I'm waiting for the Bucks game to end. It's 3.9 seconds left. Could go to overtime, but I doubt it. As soon as it ends, because I can't look, I can even show you guys. It'll black out. Rockets at Bucks. Yeah, it will. It knows I'm streaming, so it can't show it. All right, let's see what happens. Astrobot was like in every nomination. Never played the game. Well, Astrobot is probably favored for Goaty. Again? No, that foul was on Andre Jackson. The Bucks had a foul to give. All right, here we go. Here's the foul coming against Giannis. Oh wait, no, Rockets called timeout. Okay, so the foul against Giannis is coming. It's coming. There's 2 seconds left. They're gonna throw one towards the rim. Giannis is gonna get called for a foul that he didn't do. Let's see here. Are you not supposed to do live play-by-play? No, you can. You can do live play-by-play. They can't control live play-by-play. They don't own any rights to live play-by-play on the internet. The NFL doesn't, so you can do it all you want. Same with the NBA. You can live commentate all you want. You just can't show the games. Let's see here. Nintendo comes at you when you least expect it. First Nintendo clock, now Nintendo auto insurance. That's right. We just got a new car. Nintendo's about to send me hey, you could save 15% by switching to Nintendo for your car insurance. And I'll go. Just so I can have a Nintendo card in my wallet. I'll go with it. I'll say yes. Watch, they want me to pay like $700 a month. I'll be like, oh, just to have that Nintendo card in my wallet. We'll call that nope. Did they win? I have no idea. I'm the live stream version is always behind when I'm actually watching it on the TV. So did they win, JLo? I don't know. Like they haven't even set up the inbound play yet. I don't have it on. If I'm watching on DirecTV directly through the satellite, it's always like 3 minutes ahead of streaming it. It's crazy. Let's see here. All right, now they're gonna go pass it in. Let's see what happens. He lost the ball. Hey, I thought they were gonna call the foul on Giannis there. Giannis was the last one to touch the ball. Dude, they messed up. The Rockets messed up. They had the win. The Rockets had the win. They ran a play that got their center wide open underneath the basket, and the guy who passed it overthrew him to end the game. Literally wide open, easy dunk, and they overthrew him. Oh man. Well, Bucks wins. Bucks win.
Rivers in the Desert, Lynn, P5 soundtrack.
Oh hell yeah! Our first song request of the night. I think I'm the DJ right now, so let's go ahead and get this going here. So we got Rivers. Oh my god, I can't type. Rivers in the Desert by Lynn. Got it. Here, we'll just turn off that. Add this here. And let's play it, shall we? Bam. All right. It is on the playlist, good sir. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and grab that beer. An ice cold beer. Oh, baby. In the fridge and everything. Ready to go. Yeah, I saw the Bucks win. It was a really bad defensive call, but they overthrew him. Oh, I got a text here. What is my phone doing? Oh. All right. Thank you for the fiber. Let's go ahead and get this beer cracked. Cheers, Renatus. All right. You're getting ready soon? Cool. All right, so shall we go over the Game Awards? Shall we? You know what? Let's do this first. Shall we vote on the Game Awards tonight? Let's do that first. Let me go put a poll up. Should we vote on the Game Awards tonight? Or we can do it on a different stream, but we totally do it tonight. I mean, my plan was to go over all the nominations one by one anyways, right? I'll just see what you guys have to say. I got a feeling I know what the answer is, but you know. Kojima will reveal the Switch 2 on stage at the Game Awards. Remember me? Okay, man. Kojima. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, look, it's pretty clear. 89%. All right, it's obviously a yes. It's not really changing much. So let's go ahead and do it, shall we? Let's go ahead and do it. All right. So vote now, shall we? Shall we just start voting? Let's go. Let's give her nuts. So it wants to start us at the beginning, huh? It wants to start us off with Game of the Year. I feel like we should end with Game of the Year. We should end with Game of the Year. Here we go. We should start here. So we got Best Esports Team. Now, this is no shot to many of you. I don't watch esports, so I don't know any of these teams. So we got Billy Gaming for League of Legends, Gen G for League of Legends, Navi for Counter-Strike, T1 for League of Legends, and Team Liquid for Dota 2. Well, I think I know which way we're voting. Or at least which way I'm voting. I don't know any of these people. I don't know any I don't know any of these people. All right? I don't know any of them. So if I don't know any of the contestants, then I'm left to do two things. One, I can go with what I feel like is the most popular team on here, because they're the only team I've ever heard of, Team Liquid. I've heard of Team Liquid before. So they're probably the most popular team on the list. So that feels like a very easy vote. But then the people who play Counter-Strike name their team after a sidekick in Zelda. And that's also a very compelling reason to vote. Because after all, how often are you going to see Navi up for an award? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, then you could argue you got T1. You could argue there's a Terminator reference there. So, you know, you got a little Terminator action potential. Then you got the Billy Billy Gaming. Kind of makes me think of the Bible for some reason. We don't talk about religion or politics here, so I kind of feel like I'm just going to avoid that one like it's the plague. And then we got Gen G. I don't know if they're going with this whole like Gen A, Z, Y, X, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I kind of just don't like anyone that's being like, we're a generation of G's. I don't know, man. I've watched Super Y. That's not what G's look like. Okay? I had to watch that episode of Super Y like 7 times. It's not what G's look like. I've probably been lied to my whole life. So, this really just leaves the Team Navi, the Terminator 1 team, or Team Liquid. Team Liquid's the obvious choice. But when you go with the obvious, when you don't know what you're doing, I'm going T1. Sorry. Terminator reference? Probably not even what they mean. And sorry, I changed my vote. We don't change our votes. We don't change our votes. Next category. Next category. What? Oh, that's right. Because they did it in reverse order. We want to go. We gotta manually click in every time. That's fine. All right. Let's get our music playing. All right. Here's the deal. Best esports athlete. If I clearly do not know anything about esports, I basically don't know any of these people. None of them look from Faker I've maybe heard of. But I honestly don't know any of these people. So here's how I got to pick the votes, okay? In this case, whoever was the best esports player of the year, all right? I don't know the achievements. I could take my time and care about this and Google each person and what they won this year, if they won anything. But I feel like that's a lot of work for me, and I don't really feel like doing it. He asked me to research something I don't really care about to come up with an informed answer. So this one's not for me. So I gotta look at profile pictures. Fit, style, badassery. Because I feel like if you're an athlete, you want to put the fear into people. You want them to look at you while you have your gamer face on and they are scared for their fucking life. Because you're a killer. You're a straight gaming killer. So automatically Zuwu's gotta go. Look at this face. This is the face of a fun guy at the bar who's always jovial. You know, I can imagine I see this guy out for a drink and he's just everyone's friend because he's friendly as hell, like a big teddy bear. That doesn't put the fear in me. If I'm looking across or I'm sitting next to and we're going one-on-one, baby, let me tell you, if he beats me, it's because I'm too busy smiling back at him, but not because I'm scared. So he can't get the vote. Then we got this person. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to pronounce that name or username or their name. I'm not gonna pretend I can pronounce any of it. I'm basing this on cool factor. Here's the problem. Whenever you gotta do this, you're not actually cool. Sorry, I don't know who you are. But if you gotta do like give a little no. It's not natural. It's just not natural. It's a meme. So I can't vote for you because it feels fake. Fake tough girl guy. Fake toughness. All right. Next. Let's see, who else can I rule out pretty easy? All right. I got the next person I'm ruling out. This guy, this 33 guy. Let me tell you why I'm ruling out this guy. All right. It looks too much like a stock photo of a Best Buy employee. And if you guys know anything about stock photos, you can't trust a damn fucking thing you're looking at. The dude's just too photogenic. He's too perfect in this photo. It literally feels like it's maybe AI generated. I can't hire or vote or whatever a profile pic of a Best Buy, like employee of the month at Best Buy is what the vibes I'm getting. Doesn't feel right, man. Doesn't feel right. I'm sorry. I can't trust someone that looks that way. Now, we're down to our final three. We got Faker. Lots of people know Faker, right? I don't know who he is. I just heard his name tossed around. Now, he's got the look of a killer. You see that? You see beneath the glass? See how he's glaring at the lens? He's got the look of a killer. He's got like a, yeah, you think I'm fun until I kick your fucking ass in this game. I don't know what fucking game he plays. Is it League? I don't know. He's got the look of a killer. He's got the cockiness of one. Oh, I'm number one, maybe. Look, see, I got this plaque. I'm the best. I'm the fucking best at this, and I fucking know it. So he's got the cockiness going for him. He's got the look of a killer. But I can't with the hat. Sorry to say, Faker, I'm disqualifying you because this hat. That hat is fake. That is so not you. You can definitely tell you're not someone who likes to wear hats. And you're wearing a hat anyways. Why? To hide your killer eyes? Huh? What are you hiding? Is it, oh, a celebration? It's a championship hat. They put it on my head. If you don't fucking like it, you're the fucking champ. You whip that shit off your ass and go, I'm the fucking best. You don't put something on for a camera photo that clearly is not you. Just saying. Faker out here be looking a smidge fake. True to the username, not true to my vote. Now we get this tough choice. All right. We got stone face profile picture. Pretty similar to this. This is like your average, employee of the month at Best Buy. This is more like that person who thinks they're really cool at a sport. It is a sporting category. And just wants to try to pretend to give you the death glare. You see this face? You see this look? She's trying to give like this serious like death glare. Any of you guys ever gotten a death glare from a woman before knows this is fake as shit. That's not a real death glare. Fake toughness again. But then we have this guy, Chovy. Now, I don't want to look, he wears the team name on the shirt. I don't want to disqualify him just because I don't like that team name. But he also kind of looks like a Hallmark picture. Like, this is what every parent wants their gaming kid to look like. They want them to be thumbs up in the camera like they're happy, trying to put on a fake smile, looking like I know what I'm doing. This is like, look, if parents have kids that play games and want to be like, oh, I want to take it serious, they're looking at this Chovy being like, that's what I want. A nice skinny kid looking like he's having fun on a green screen. Because that's kind of what it looks like. So I feel there's a little fakeness here too. Now, it's probably a real shot at a real event, but then I don't know. I can't tell these days. Everything looks AI generated. So I'm stuck. Because I think they all should disqualify. I don't think any of them deserve my vote. So Look, if I have to give it to a Hallmark photo, I'll give it to the one where he's thumbing up. Because after all, if he's giving me a thumbs up, I feel like I've already got his seal of approval before I even voted. Probably fake. Maybe his mom made him do it. Smile for the camera. Some shit. Don't really care how it happened. Just care that it happened. Again, this is how little I know about these categories. Oh yeah, we already did this one. Best esports game. Now look, I know about the games. I played Counter-Strike 2. I played Dota 2. I played League of Legends. I didn't play Bang Bang. To be fair, I did play Valorant. Now, here's the thing. I don't watch esports. So which one of these games is actually best for esports? I have no idea. Probably all of them. I mean, they'll probably all have, obviously, active esports stuff going on. So then I have to go, which game do I actually enjoy the most? Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't play any of these games anymore. But I did at one point. So, we can eliminate Bang Bang because I haven't played it. Sorry, Bang Bang. I don't mean any offense to you. I'm sure you're a very fun MOBA game or something. I don't know, but I have to disqualify you because I haven't played you. So that leaves me with Dota 2, Counter-Strike 2, League of Legends, and Valorant. Now, a huge part of me leans towards Valorant. I feel like it might be the better of the 4 games. I know, that's actually pretty bold to say. But if someone twisted my arm and said, all right, for the next hour, you can't do anything but play one of these 4 games, which one would I choose? Well, then, the one you can never go wrong with. Counter-Strike. Anything Counter-Strike, multiplayer, can never go wrong. Can never go wrong. Anything. Can never go wrong. All right. Can never go wrong with Counter-Strike. All right, Content Creator of the Year. Now, I always love when they have these Content Creator of the Year awards, because per typical, I don't know any of them. Oh wait, no, I know one because of my kids. That one is Queso, and his videos annoy the fuck out of me, and I have to listen to him every goddamn day. You're disqualified. I just don't like your content. No offense, man. You just don't make the kind of content I'm interested in. I think you know that. I think your kid is all about, kids. Like your whole thing, you're all about appealing to children. I don't think your content's offensive. I just don't think it's good. I'd rather my kids watch somebody else, but I also don't think you're a terrible influence on them. So no offense, Queso, but I just do not like your content. I think it's garbage. By the way, my content's garbage too. So we're kind of in the same category. I don't know who this person is. Never heard of them. Ever. Techno Gamers. Also, never heard of them. Ever. Typical Gamer. Never fucking heard of this person either. Now, as someone who does content creation for a living in the gaming space, you figure I would know some of the biggest, most popular content creators of the year. Maybe it's as if there's a bias, because you want to know what the consistent probably thing is between all these people, and we get to this USADA person at the end. I bet you they're all Twitch streamers. I bet you these are all Twitch streamers. I bet you it's all Twitch streamers. Because for some reason, gaming content doesn't exist off of Twitch. I guess gaming content just doesn't exist off of Twitch. It's very weird. So I don't know how to vote. So we already know which one's going to win, right? Remember, this is being voted on by adults, not kids. If it was a kid vote, I think Queso might take it. But this isn't voted on by kids. I can't vote for myself. I am not an option. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not an option. And even if I was, you shouldn't pick me. So I'm going to go with the VTuber, because we all know the VTuber is going to win anyways. Why live in denial? We all know the VTuber is going to win. Why? Because it's a category of live streams I understand the least appeal about. I come in to watch an avatar of somebody who clearly doesn't look like that talk. It's like I called into the Barney show and they're pretending Barney's actually talking to me. All right. Most anticipated game. This is tough. I think I know which one's going to win. All right. Pretty sure GTA 6 is going to win. Like, I'm 99% confident with most anticipated game that GTA is going to win. Okay. Biggest, most popular game on the planet, basically. It's gonna win. Like, it's almost a no-brainer. But I want to throw a wrench into that no-brainer plan. What is one bias the Jeff Keighley show has always had? Just in general, across the board, consistently from the very first Game Awards to today. The Game Awards loves Kojima. The Game Awards loves Kojima. So would there be enough people on the board of voters that are also Team Kojima? Because if so, Death Stranding 2 on the beach, I think might have a chance, just based on the voting panel and the fact that this show loves Kojima. They love Kojima. So if GTA 6 doesn't take it, it's because more of the panel is on Jeff Keighley's side and going, no, it's Death Stranding 2. Why vote for the obvious? This is obvious. This is what we really want. All right. But I think we all know GTA 6 is taking this, right? Right? We all know GTA 6 is taking it. Monster Hunter Wilds looks very hype. Obviously, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, we know. We're Nintendo fans, right? We know what the fuck is up. We know what the fuck is up. But see, this was about my most anticipated. They should put your most anticipated game at the top. Because this is my vote. So it's what am I anticipating the most? Is it GTA 6? Well, no. I know it's going to win, and if I'm making a bet, I'm going to vote on them to win. But I'm not making a bet. This is my actual official vote. This is who I want to win. Don't care about Death Stranding 2. So I haven't played the original Death Stranding yet. I actually kind of feel bad I haven't. That's something that's on my bucket list for games. I gotta play the first one. Anyways. But I am hyped for Monster Hunter Wilds and Prime 4 and Ghost of Yotoi. So, as if I'm gonna vote for anything other than Prime 4 on a Nintendo channel. Come on, guys. Do you think I want to be crucified? You think I want my Nintendo fan card ripped from me? I mean, come on. You expect me, as a running the channel, to not give the only Nintendo game in the category the vote? Does Metroid Prime 4 Beyond have a chance in hell at winning this award? The answer is fuck no. It's probably like a distant fourth. However, I don't have to contribute to it not winning. So for the little tiny 1/10000000th of a percent that my vote counts, because the fan votes only count for a very small percentage of the actual overall weight of the vote, I'm not going to give it to the popular vote. I'm going to give it to Metro Prime 4 Beyond because it needs all the attention it can get. Oh, it has a chance to be Masterpiece. It's also probably going to be up for Game of the Year. But is it going to win Most Anticipated? I don't think so. Not when GTA 6 is there. You might go, but it's been so long. Yeah, how long has it been since GTA 5? Oh, right. Yeah, GTA 6 is going to win. It's going to be a slaughter. It's not even like GTA 6 is going to win. Is what it is. All right, we already did this one. Sorry, I gotta go back to here. Best adaptation. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. So, for this one, my vote's actually pretty easy. All right. My vote's actually pretty easy. We can go over each of these and like how, what medium we're talking about. Like here, obviously this is, the Knuckles show / movie appearance. Obviously we know about this one. We know about the Tomb Raider stuff, Arcane, Fallout, etc. We know about all this stuff, right? So I'm gonna go for the one that actually surprised me, because I expected Knuckles to be good because the Sonic movies were good. So why would this not be good, right? Right? Everything else was like what expected, except Fallout. How much has the Fallout series been getting shit on the last decade? Be honest. How many times has Fallout been shit on the last decade? How many times? Fallout 76? People almost don't even like to talk about that game. Point is, the Fallout show, because that's what this is really about, they adapted it to a show, is really fucking good. I don't know if you guys have seen the Fallout show. It's really, really fucking good. Like, way better than I ever thought. Way better than I ever thought a Fallout show could be. I thought a Fallout show would be horrendous. Instead, the show is pretty fucking good. Might be the best thing out of Bethesda in 15 years. And it's a movie. Yeah. Pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it. Very, very good. The ghoul segments are... Dude. The ghoul segments make the whole show. The other stuff's fun, but the ghoul segments, oh man. All right. Best multiplayer. Okay. I don't like fighting games, so Tekken's already eliminated for me. All right, I'll just be honest. I'm not that into fighting games. Warhammer 40K is good. Helldivers 2. But I can't give it to Helldivers 2 because they decided for a few days to fuck with PC owners and not let them access the game they bought without doing a double login and confirming with your Sony account. So after they pulled that shit, that kind of made it not so friendly to multiplayer on PC for a few days, didn't it? So I can't vote for Helldivers 2. Just can't do it. I know it's totally Sony's fault. That's the thing, not the developers of the game. This is no shade on them. This is no shade on the game itself. But unfortunately, Sony owns it, and Sony fucked around. Kind of sucks. I can't give it to them. Then you have Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I've played it. Very good. Very return to form in campaign and multiplayer. It's very, very good. Obviously played Super Mario Party Jamboree. So, as the Nintendo channel, it always is when in doubt, go for the Nintendo game, right? Black Ops 6 is really fucking good. But I'm gonna have to go with Jamboree anyway. And I want to tell you why. Black Ops 6 isn't on Switch. When did Nintendo sign that 10-year contract again? Oh, 2 years ago. Yeah, we're still waiting. Sorry. Fulfill your promises. I know it's coming to Switch too, but fulfill your promises, man. Contract was signed 2 years ago. And I gotta give a shout out to Nintendo. They actually gave us good online multiplayer finally. We've been waiting for online multiplayer to actually like be a real thing and actually be good, and they finally did it. It's not the best, but it works, and it's way the hell better than what we had before. Baby steps. All right. Best sports and racing. So my favorite game's not even on here. This is a problem. Nothing I like was nominated. So then I'm stuck with F1, not really into racing. I'm stuck with EA Sports FC, don't really play that anymore. NBA 2K, we know what 2K is, at least I do, big 2K guy. Top Spin, never once in my life played a tennis sports game that wasn't Mario Tennis, because it wasn't fun, unless you count Pong. And then WWE 2K24. I only like one of these 5 games. Even though Tatum's on it, and because of that alone, I don't want to click it. It's the only one of those 5 I even like. Sorry to the rest. Now comes one of my favorite categories. So sim/strategy games, if you guys didn't know, are literally my favorite games. I shit you fucking not. It's my favorite, like you guys, like, yeah, Zelda's my favorite franchise, but my favorite like genre of game to play is sim strategy for sure. So here we have 5 excellent ones. Unicorn Overlords got a nod, Manor Lords, Path of the Goddesses, Frostpunk 2, and Age of Mythology Retold. I have played all these games. I'm going to disqualify Age of Mythology because it's not really a remake, it's just a remaster of the original game. And I just don't believe in handing, even though it's very good, Age of Mythology is awesome. I don't believe in handing wins to remasters because they're not new. I've played this game before. It looks nicer now. Now, Frostbite 2 is pretty fun. I just had nothing but a good time with it. Path of the Goddess, I only really booted up a little bit. I didn't play that much of it. So to be fair, the show promise. Manor Lords I played a lot of. Then Unicorn Overload I've also played a lot of. So Unicorn Overload was a surprise in terms of like just coming out of nowhere and being the kind of game it was, right? It was giving off like kind of Fire Emblem vibes when they first revealed it, but then quickly it's established itself something else entirely. Really like Unicorn Overlord. But I'm gonna give it to Manor Lords. Manor Lords was made by one guy and is better than a lot of the other AAA sim strategy games that come out. Manor Lords is so fucking good. It's so like bug free for one guy. And I mean, if you have a PC and you like strategy games, you gotta check out Manor Lords. It's like a must play this year. You build up a village, defend your village, you can conquer land. It's very good. All right. Best family game, aka the Nintendo category. So I was thinking long and hard about this because when I hear family game, it means one of two things. It's either you play together as a family, or it's meant to be played by each person individually in your family. So like Princess Peach Showtime, I think is a try-hard. Like this feels like the perfect category for Princess Peach Showtime, but also it tries very hard to be an E for everyone game and kind of ends up being an N for no one game. Can't go there. Jamboree is what it is so far. By my count, it is like literally maybe the best. I don't want to say for sure, but it might be the best Mario Party ever. Plucky Squire is just, I think it's got an argument. It should have been up for Goaty, for crying out loud. Echoes of Wisdom. It's Zelda, baby. Come on, of course it's good. Astrobot, up for Game of the Year. So Astrobot's probably gonna win, right? You can't be up for Game of the Year and then lose your own category. That makes no sense. How could you be up for, unless you're going up against another Game of the Year contender in your own category? If you're the only Game of the Year contender in your category, you should win. This is Astrobot's category, so Astrobot should win. Okay. So we all know this is what's going to happen. Astrobot's winning. And it probably deserves to win. But I got to go Plucky Squire. I think it's the best game on the list. Sorry, Nintendo. This game kind of out Nintendo's Nintendo. This game is awesome. If you haven't seen Plucky Squire, you need to go check it out. It might be better than Echoes of Wisdom. It's pretty fucking close. It is so good. All right. Oh, you might go, well, why didn't you vote for the Zelda game? Zelda, an action adventure game, is in the family category? Yeah, no, they got that wrong. That's just the wrong category for that game. All right, best fighting game. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, Arcade Classics, Multiverses, and Tekken 8. Well, I hate all these games. I don't like fighting games. So I'm going to go with the one that includes Arcade Classics I used to like in Marvel vs. Capcom. It's got all the classics I used to like and used to play back in the day at the arcades. So of course I'm going to go for the one I like. Is it right to go with a collection of shit versus brand new games? Probably not. But they let me vote for it, so I did. They let me vote for it, so I did. It is what it is. It literally probably shouldn't even be allowed to be nominated. It's just a collection of old games. But they let it be out. They let it be nominated. So don't blame me. Don't hate the players. Don't hate the players. Hate the game. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Best RPG. For the best game design with rich player character customization progress, including massively the multiplayer experiences. Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. So 2 of these are up for Game of the Year. And I think whatever one wins this category probably wins GOTY. Like Elden Ring, if it wins this, might win GOTY. Metaphor, obviously those are like the 2 that are competing for the top. But I enjoyed Dragon's Dogma 2 more. Is what it is. I'm a Dragon's Dogma kind of guy. What can I say? Is what it is. I'm a Dragon's Dogma kind of guy. Be mad. I can feel your range. But I'm just a Dragon's Dogma kind of guy. Sorry. Now, best action adventure. Look. I got one problem with this list. Astrobot cannot be both. Okay, I'll let it be. It's a platformer. I mean, I just want to establish something. Astrobot might win this category because it's the only GOTY contender on the list. But it's not an action adventure game. It's a 3D platformer. This isn't even the right genre. This isn't even the right genre. But here's my problem. Here's my problem. I'm a Zelda guy. Echoes of Wisdom, it feels like the choice. But you see this game right here? You see this game right here? Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Do you see this bad boy? Do you know how fucking good? You know how fucking good this game is? Do you have any idea? Now, the team for it doesn't exist anymore because Ubisoft doesn't know how to fucking make money, but this game is so fucking good. So Astrobot might be the best game on the whole list, but Astrobot is in the wrong category. So this doesn't work for me. It's not an action adventure game. So for me, it's between Prince of Persia and Echoes of Wisdom. Now, I beat The Lost Crown. I have not beat Echoes of Wisdom yet. I'm still working on it. I'm slow playing it. I also played Star Wars Outlaws and Silent Hill 2. Now, the thing with Silent Hill 2 is sucks it didn't get nominated for GOTY, given their, but also it's still not a new game. It's gonna feel new for a lot of people, but it's not a new game. You know what I mean? So I was really never seriously considering it. So like this game, and this game were the 3 I was looking at. I actually really enjoyed Outlaws, but I understand a lot of the bugs and problems have. And I don't necessarily think that it's overall better than Echoes of Wisdom or The Lost Crown. So I'm having a hard time here. Do I go with my heart and my bias, or do I go with my brain saying, man, you beat The Lost Crown though, and that's how fucking good it is. You had to beat it. You didn't just stop playing it. Whereas Echo's like, well, you're enjoying yourself, but you're like, yeah, but I'm intentionally slow playing. And I know I'm intentionally slow playing because I don't want it to end. My lack of faith. The only faith I have is to my own self. This is about what I like to play, man. And one I thought was better. I don't owe Nintendo shit. All right, I've never voted against the Zelda. I even went down with the ship last year. I'm going Zelda. I don't know that I would bet on it. I don't know that I would bet on it. That I would bet Zelda to win this. I don't know that I would bet it to win. Zelda, you got a loyalty vote there. I think Prince of Persia might be better. Now, best action game. Black Myth Wukong, Game of the Year contender. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer. Clearly, Black Myth Wukong is going to win, right? Like, it's up for Game of the Year. We all know that. It's also really good. It always is weird to me to watch, you know, a Call of Duty game get put in the best action game when it's clearly a first-person shooter. But since they don't do, like, an FPS category, I guess they got to put it somewhere, right? Stellar Blade was pretty decent. Space Marine 2 was pretty good. Obviously, Helldivers 2. So, I think I'm just going to give it to Wukong because, one, I know it's going to win this vote anyways, and it also kind of deserves it. Fresh new IP. Give him my vote. Give him my vote. VR AR. I don't really play VR AR. So, I don't really know which way to go. I don't also want to spend a lot of time on this category. So, I'm just going to give it to Batman because I've always liked Batman. Don't really know if it's any good. Best mobile game. All right. So we have AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. So I kind of feel like the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket's probably going to win, like, the popular vote. I think it's going to win the popular vote because it's the most popular app out of all of these. But Balatro's a better game. I don't even know if I call what. Well, I mean, you do play the game. I guess it's still a game. But Balatro's the better game. If you don't think Balatro's the better game, you just haven't played it. You just haven't played it. You gotta play it. Gotta play it. Don't knock the choice. Play the game. Now, best debut indie game. So we have Animal Well. I thought Animal Well should have been up for Game of the Year. I thought this should have been up for Game of the Year. Obviously, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. I played all these games. Manor Lords, I think, is the one that I prefer to play the most, only because it's kind of like a never-ending game. But I think Plucky Squire is the best out of all these. And by the way, I'm pretty sure that my vote's going to be on the low end here because I don't think Plucky Squire is going to win any awards. But I think it's the best. Best indie game. All right, so you see a lot of the same ones here. So Animal Well and Balatro. These are the two highest rated indie games of the year, by the way. Lorelei, Neva, and UFO 50. So for me, it really just comes down. Neva's pretty good too, actually. It really comes down between these two, though, for me. I think Balatro probably wins. It's kind of its own category to lose when it's up for Game of the Year, right? So I kind of feel like it got the nod over this. So this is probably going to win it. But which one do I think is better? Animal Well. Tall Show says, Nate, Pokemon TCG Pocket was the only true mobile game on the list. The rest came from other platforms. Well, for starters, I don't care what platform they came from. Can you vote on it? Balatro's like the best game there. So what do you want me to do? Don't give me an option. Just looking at something here. I can't read. I'm gonna leave the sunglasses off for a little bit. My eyes aren't a little blurry. All right. If it's on mobile, it's on mobile. Yeah, I don't know. It's up for voting. What do you want me to do about it? Best community sport. Look, if I don't vote Fortnite, Yulia might literally strangle me. She's literally playing Fortnite right now. She's probably messaging me too. Look, let me read the messages she told me earlier. Hold on. Let me read the message I told you. Good luck with your stream. I want to let you know. Heck yeah, I got my first victory crown. I won with a headshot. I one shot at his ass, and he was dead. It was smooth, baby. Hold on, she just called me. It's like I'm psychic. Are you voting for Fortnite? Best ongoing. Whoa. I misclicked. No, I think we're good. Best ongoing. All right. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of an ongoing content that involves the player experience over time. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. Okay, so this is voting for them supporting the people who play, them being transparent, them being responsive, and having social media activity and lots of game updates and patches. This says awarded a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that. Okay, so this is about outstanding content that evolves over time. This one says also on it, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Why are there two categories? I know that this one is also about like how they respond to people, but it also includes the game content, and then this one's just about the content. What are we doing? There's no difference. They're the same category. They're the same category. They just wanted to find a way to like list more games, so they created the category twice. Games for impact. This is obviously a big one every year. Usually these people get to go on a long speech on stage. It's usually pretty emotional because the games they make are emotional. So it says for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. It's also one of the categories I don't care as much about because I don't care about the pro-social stuff. I do care about dealing with, tragedy and real shit, but there doesn't need to be some sort of big messaging in the game. But this category is about the messaging. So Neva has a really nice message, but like, sorry guys, the best game on the list is Hellblade 2. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's the best for this category, but it's the best game. Here's the thing. They want me to judge it on something that I don't care about. So I'm going to judge it on what game I think is better. So I want Hellblade 2. All right. So innovations in accessibility. I'm glad they have this category because it does push companies to be more inclusive with accessibility options, which I always think is a must. Problem is, I can't judge a game for those accessibility options because I don't use any of them. So I'm like the worst person to judge on this category. Like, I'm just gonna vote for Lost Crown just because I wanted to get something. But I don't actually know. It's a it's like an extremely important category that I have no knowledge on because I don't need those features, but others do. So I'm just not. There's no point in me trying to go into detail. So best performance is obviously performance by like a voice actor or whatever. So Brianna White in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hannah Tell is Life is Strange Double Exposure, Humberly in Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts in Silent Hill 2, and Melina Juergens in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Well, I really think Melina crushed it. I think she fucking crushed it. If you've played the game, she fucking crushed it. She is Senua. She just is. All right. Best audio design. So this has to do with sound design of the game, not just like the music, but like how the sound adds to the gameplay and all that stuff. So you got Astrobot, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. So Silent Hill 2 relies a lot on its sound design for a lot of its creepiness. Very important, but also, again, it's like the same thing as before. Like it's not new. I already know everything that's going to happen in the game. All right. Then you have Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2's sound design is the stuff of legends. Probably where most of the money for making the game goes to be honest. Their sound design is amazing. Then you got Astrobot. And Astrobot does what it needs to do. It also uses sound and feel in combination to create a kind of unique experience. But it's not about the feel, the physical feel. It's about the sound. So I gotta go to Hellblade. Gotta go with Hellblade. Best score and music. Now this is totally different. Now this is just about soundtracks. It's all about the soundtracks. So we got Astrobot. Pretty good soundtrack. There's not like a single bop from Astrobot that makes me like come up in my head and play on repeat, but it all sounds appropriate, right? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, amazing soundtrack. Metaphor ReFantasia, another amazing soundtrack. Silent Hill 2. It was good before, it's great today. It's even better than Stellar Blade. Also another good one. So I feel like I almost owe this game a vote. So I'm gonna go with Metaphor. It is the only one of those nominees that I've actually listened to without playing the game. That says something to me. Best art direction. It's totally subjective. You got Black Wukong going hyper realistic. Same with obviously Shadow of the Erd Tree. Metaphor ReFantasia with its unique way. Astrobot, Neva. I'm gonna end up just going with Astrobot because I just really like that Sony now has a serious 3D platformer for everyone. They found their Mario, and I'm very appreciative of that. Out of all of those, like this is the one I really appreciate that Sony allowed that team to create this. This is like an appreciation vote. Best narrative. For outstanding storytelling and narrative development in the game. This is tough. This one's tough. This one's tough. God, this is hard. I'm gonna go with Hellblade 2. Hard to talk about that story without spoiling anything, but it's so good. Sorry, Hellblade 2 is just underrated, in my opinion. Best game direction. Another big one. This is for your creative vision. So I think the game with the best creative vision's probably Balatro. If I'm being completely honest with you guys. I think it has the most creative and innovation in it of all of these. A lot of these are just doing things that have been done before. Balatro isn't. I gotta go with Balatro. It's just so original. It's just so original. Like, I have to give it its props, man. These other games just don't feel as, it feels like games I've already played before, right? And that's no offense to them. They can still be fantastic, but Balatro was just its own thing, like its own unique vision. All right. And our last category, Game of the Year. So I think realistically, this is a 2-horse race. I think it should be a 3-horse race, but I think realistically it's 2. I think it's going to be Astrobot or Elden Ring. I think it should be a 3-horse race. I think Metaphor should be in there with a chance. I just don't think enough of the people that are going to be voting have played Metaphor. I think Metaphor is like Metroid. It's like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will get nominated next year, but it won't win because not enough of the people that are voting have actually played the game. And I think that's the case with Metaphor ReFantazio. I think most of the people voting have never played it. And so because of that, I don't think it's going to win. I don't think it realistically has a chance. Now, that leaves Astrobot, which many journalists were screaming GOATY, but then you also Shadow the Erdtree because DLC qualifies. So, I don't think it's going to be Black Myth Wukong. It's going to be Astrobot or Shadow the Erdtree. And I don't know which one. But this is my vote. So this is going to be about, of these available options, which one do I think should be Game of the Year? And that's tough. Because now we're getting to my subjectiveness. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth I thought was good, but not as good as Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I don't want to say it was a letdown, but it just, you know, it was good enough for what it needed to be. Metaphor came out of left field for a lot of people. Really shocked everyone. Really good. Black Myth Wukong, been hyped up for a long time. Knew it was going to be good. Is good. Balatro, big surprise. And it's up for GOATY. Astrobot, also surprised that they were allowed to even make a game like that and then have it be that good. So I think Game of the Year could really, fan vote could really matter for this. I think journalists might be split between Astrobot and Erdtree. And I don't want to support DLC winning Game of the Year. It goes to Astrobot. I think I've made my stance on this pretty clear online. I do not want to support DLC winning Game of the Year. The idea of that just makes me feel sick. So I'm going to go for the game that I think has the best chance. So Metaphor might have been the one that I wanted to vote for. So it's probably a better game. But Astrobot, I think, is the one that has a more realistic chance to knock off Elden Ring. So I want to throw my hat in with the one that, you know, in case the fan vote ends up actually mattering. Because it can. So, all right. Well, those are my votes for the Game Awards, guys. Obviously, there's still a popularity vote, Player's Choice. That begins on December 2nd. So let's see here. December 2nd is a Monday. So we'll live stream me doing my Player's Voice round 1 vote. Then we'll be live again on Thursday, the 5th, which is round 2 of voting. We'll do our vote live then. And then the final round of voting is on December 9th, and I believe we'll be live on that day as well. Yes, we will. So I will vote then too. So I'll do all these votes live. Here, I'll show you guys all these 3 rounds on Player's Voice. I'll do those live when they go up with you guys. So what'd you guys think of my votes? Huh? What'd you guys think? Oh yeah, our total's at $5, by the way. I guess I could tell you the streak is definitely in danger for those that pay attention. We're $5 in with 37 minutes to go. Danger zone. Rounds. So Player's Voice is basically like Player's Game of the Year. It's like Player's Game of the Year. So they start with like a round of like, you know, hundreds of games, and then you vote on a handful of them, and then the ones with the most votes move on to the next round. in the next round, until you get to the end where it's like a normal award. But it's all votes. It's all fan votes. There's no like media involved. So some people view this as like the true Game of the Year award because you have the Game of the Year that involves the media. Then you have this one that's nothing but votes. It's basically a popularity contest. But 2nd, 5th, and 9th are when the 3 rounds are. Charles is going to bed soon. That's all right. Urtrude's winning. You rigged it. All right, Jeff Keighley. Yeah, sure. You're totally the real Jeff Keighley. I love when people pull that shit. I'm that stupid to be like, oh yeah, that's definitely Jeff Keighley in my chat right now. Anyways, even starting late, he'll end at the regular time. Yeah, no, we'll still be ending here in 36 minutes. Unless the stream gets extended, of course. Giggity. Giggity. Let's see here. Stream's not over. We still got 36 minutes. 36 minutes to go. We will be announcing Switch Pro and Metro Prime 2 Remake. Sure. All right, man. Expected announcements at the Game Awards. GTA 6 trailer. Metro Prime 4 Beyond trailer. I was considered announcements. I don't know. A new game by Sony. A new game by Microsoft. Nothing new for Nintendo because they're going to wait for Switch 2's reveal. Besides the Metro Prime 4 trailer. I think will be it for that. I don't know. There'll be a bunch of other reveals too. I mean, just to be honest. There'll be a ton of them. But I'm pretty sure GTA 6 will be there. Pretty confident. Especially because it's gonna win most anticipated anyways. So you gotta be there to accept the award. You might as well have a new trailer ready. Death Stranding 2 and Kojima's new Xbox game. Sure, yeah. Kojima's got a new Xbox game he's been working on for years now. At this point, that's probably ready to be shown. Feeling there'll be a new Fire Emblem trailer for a game being released in February. They haven't announced the game for February. I guess they still could. Sorry if I'm a little slow too, guys. Before the stream began, technically I'm on the edible. Didn't hit 420 for this one. I was already on it well before the stream began. So now I'm at that point where I'm just kind of chilling. It was kind of that way before the stream started, to be honest. Then I had to try to get my energy on to dance. Yeah, the super high crazy parts of it, that part was gone before the stream started. But now I'm in the chill phase of it. Let's see here. Oh dang, Kojima will take up another 15 minutes of the Xbox game again. Wow, okay, who cares? If it was 15 minutes of a Nintendo game, we probably wouldn't complain, so who cares? Miguel Lopez, it's the one small % chance Nintendo will mention Switch 2. Yeah, I doubt it. We can hope though, but I doubt it. That would surprise me. That would definitely mean that Furukawa's built different. If that happened. How do you think they will make the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards next month? How big do you think they will make? I think they'll make a pretty big deal out of it. I think they'll have a whole orchestra thing for it. You know, they'll have a bunch of merch around it, stuff like that. I think they're going to make a pretty big deal out of it. Let's see here. Your channel is bad. Unsubbing. No game awards for you. You banned. Can't ban me from my own channel. If you want to ban me from the Game Awards, I was never planning to attend the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley. Sorry to tell you. I don't live anywhere near it. I'm not spending thousands of dollars to fly out. It's not thousands. I gotta fly, gotta have a place to stay, gotta eat. It's thousands. I'm good. Do 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 do. I mean, he probably is an 8-year-old. Who knows? No, I can't be 8 because he knows who Jeff Keighley is. Gotta be clear. I don't think children know who the hell Jeff Keighley is. I want to be very clear about this. I don't think anyone knows who Jeff Keighley is. Oh, see, now we know who he is because he's saying rip the streak. We already know who this is. We already know. They already gave themselves away. Yeah, the streak might end. I have no idea. 31 minutes to go. Could end. We've been here before. Yeah, Force Fanatic gets it. We know. Yeah, if you've been enough of my live streams, you'd recognize the behavior already. You think Bill Clinton kid will come back to TGA? No. I'm pretty sure he's banned. He probably won't even make it through the door. We won't let it end. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Half hour to go. He'll find a way. Look, if there's a will, there's a way. If in a movie they can steal the Declaration of Independence, you could break in. Fun fact, the bouncers have pictures of the Bill Clinton kid and are told not to let him in. Well, no shit. Why spend so much time on a stream just to troll? Because to them it's fun for their 10 seconds of recognition. All right. You're unsubbing? Cool, let me help you. Let me help you unsub, buddy. There it is. Glad to be of service. You know what that means? Next shot is a shot of next super chat is a shot of haters' tears. Fun fact about the bouncers have pictures. Yep. All right. How that kid was able to even get into that building without being caught, especially when he had a history of doing stuff at other events. Like how he's not, and he looks like the same as when he did it at those other events. So how he has not been like universally spread around and banned. Well, he probably is now after when he did the Game Awards. But how like all these production companies don't know about this person at this point. This is like the third or fourth time he did it. Do hate it. That's only next super chat. I'll do a shot. Oh, now we just chill. It's like relaxation time. Let's see here. It's crazy the Pokemon leaker got off easy. Well, I don't even, did something happen to him? I wasn't even aware they caught him. I don't think they caught the leaker yet, did they? Yeah, that would be already big news if they caught the leaker. Drink the tears. Don't. Persona 3. Gotcha, man. That's gets us to 7. 7 on the total. Gets us a song. So let's see here. That's this one here. 7 plus the song. All right. Don't. Persona 3. Yeah, here we go. Oh, Charles was still here. Okay, I thought he was heading out soon. So, anyway. Thank you so much, Charles. Appreciate it. Cheers, man. You love how they include us in the process. Yeah, we count for a percentage. Oh, that was your last one. All right. Sounds good, Charles. Later, man. Cheers, H-Bomb. Oompa, we are far away from continuing the streak, that's for sure. But that is all right. Isn't Doug Bowser on the voting board? I believe so. I don't know if he's on. No, he's not on the panel to like vote for the winners. No. He is on the board of directors though. The Hulk comes with all the rules. But no, they don't vote. No. They're not part of the voting segment. Have you seen the new updates for GTA Trilogy on Switch? They look much better. Yeah, I've heard about them. Haven't downloaded them because I'm not revisiting that. I just can't. It was so bad. And I understand this probably fixes a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter. Once you ruined it, don't feel like playing. I'm good. Bowser oversees the Game Awards. The Wonder Sony games keep winning. I mean, they deserve it most of the time. But once they ruined, I skipped it. Yeah, yeah, Matt. That's kind of like that. We had it. Very disappointed. It's just don't care anymore. You know what I mean? You just kind of get to that point where you just don't care anymore. Let's see here. It was so bad that Rockstar deleted the deaths of the opening scene. Oh, that's funny. H1. What are the chances Nintendo encounters 2 real people named Bowser in 1 decade? Apparently very high. Just like me right now. So we're going to go ahead and have these Smurfs gummy bears that have been sitting here sent to me all the way from France. So do these taste any different than the ones here? I'm guessing they probably don't. But these are Smurfs, and these came to me all the way from France. So yeah, you got like the Smurf head. Okay. Kind of a crappy tart blueberry flavor. I don't know who that's supposed to be, but another Smurf.
I need to know what happened here.
Silo, the new season, now streaming on Apple TV+.
That one's also not very good. These are just not very good. And I'm saying that while high, I'm saying this shit's not very good. I have no idea what the fuck this is. I don't know. Maybe it's a weird penis. Is it a flower? I don't know. We're gonna eat it. All right. Some music here. We have a lot of these blue ones. A lot of blue and red. Is that it? Oh my God. It's like all blues and reds. So I didn't even get every flavor. What a ripoff. Well, I guess we're just snacking on blues and reds that taste like shit. Oh, this is not very good. These are just shit. Almost not even worth chewing. I've never had a Shaquille O'Neal fruit snack, I can say that. How many calories are in this bag of these disgusting things? It doesn't say, does it? Well, it is a different country, so there are no calories listed. So that means there's none, right? No. Ranch called calorie frog legs. Yeah. Didn't even have all the flavors. Just all blues and reds. Even though it shows like 5 flavors on the front. Oh well. So much things that look really good but become disappointment, like the nacho chicken sandwich from Wendy's. Never had that. But I was going into this being like, these got to be at least as good as like the dollar store fruit snacks that my kids have, and they're not. Those dollar store fruit snacks are the bomb compared to these. These things suck. I'm only eating it because I got it for free. These things are not good. I'd rather go knock on a stranger's door than eat these and ask them for candy. Trick or treat. Oh shit, it's November. Sorry, I have amnesia. I can almost say that without joking. I wonder how many people will give me a piece of candy, make me go away. What do you think? Did they give me a piece of candy or they call the cops? So they do both. I feel like it's a 50-50 shot there. Do they give me the candy or call the cops? No, they're not better than the Mario fruit snacks. Dude, these are the worst fucking fruit snacks I've ever had. The worst, like, I didn't even think you could make bad gummies. These are just really bad. Hopefully whoever sent them to you wasn't hoping I was gonna rag on them. They just taste like shit. Look, the Smurfs people that make these, it was Haribo. Haribo made those. Haribo, whatever. And they are fucking disgusting. I don't even think as a kid I would have liked that. And like, wasn't even candy. Not even know how to explain it. It was just trash. Look, Haribo. If you want to make some gummies of the Nintendo Prime logo, you can. But can I have all the flavors? Maybe there's one redeeming flavor. Maybe there's one redeeming flavor. And that's the flavor my gummies are only allowed to be made in. But I don't even know if there is a redeeming flavor. That was not good. Those are usually the go-to flavors. And those flavors sucked. I love candy corn. Nice. Yeah, I've had Haribo candy before. That's why I thought these were gonna be fine. Like, I literally saw the brand when I opened the box. Oh, these are probably pretty good. You know, like, if you guys ever had like gummies that are like fruit snacks or that are just fucking terrible, like that's what those were. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. You have to like had bad fruit snacks to understand what bad fruit snacks are. Like, there's a very distinction between like, here's your average fruit snack, here's some really fucking good ones, and then just these trash tier shouldn't exist. You know, kind of thing. Yeah, I was hoping that I was gonna have a peach flavored one, but there wasn't. Yeah, Cowboys are getting rocked. Let's see what's going on here. CJ Stroud still doesn't have a fucking touchdown. I'm gonna lose. Did I lose? I lost. Did I lose? I was in a very... Hold on. Here we go. Did I win or lose? I was in a very tight game. But Stroud didn't give me any touchdowns. Here we go. I'm in first place. Oh my God. Remember when I won by 0.4 last time? This time I won by 0.35. 0.35. Look at this. I win by 0.35. This guy was right behind me in second place, and I won by 0.35. Oh my god. This is me. I won by 0.35. Well, Stroud, you got me just enough points at 10.88. 10.88, just enough. And it actually was the big win you got, the 9 points. The 9 points off the Texas winning. He had going, where is it? He had the Texas defense, which went off. He got 22 from their defense. And then he had someone else tonight, too. I don't remember who it is. Kicker, sorry. And the kicker got 10. So he got 32 points out of his defense and kicker. And I still won. It is good to be the king. It is good to be the king. It is good to be the king. The melatonin gummies do not taste bad. What fucking melatonin are you buying? Dude, the melatonin gummies are so fucking delicious. You have one and you feel like you want to eat the whole fucking box of them. Dude, that flavor is amazing. Well, what ones are you buying? I'll show you the ones that we buy that are fucking delicious. Literally, they're like addicting. I can't find gummy bears that actually taste like them. Right here. Right here. Right here. These melatonin sleep strawberry fucking gummies are so fucking good. These natural melatonin 10 milligrams, these strawberry, they're so fucking good, man. Like, it should be illegal to be that good because I can't get that good of a flavor from a non-melatonin one. It's crazy. Isn't it funny that this year Jake Paul has a better win record in AT&T Stadium than the Dallas Cowboys? Poor Cowboys, they suck so bad. Gaming chair, ASMR, and cupcake butt. All right, well, I'm glad. Pretty sure I know who you are, but how you doing? The Welch's gummy bears are pretty mid. Yeah, Welch's are mid, but I agree that Welch's gummy bears are mid, or gummies are mid. What I'm saying though is like mid is like okay, like this is just like the standard, right? So like I agree that like Welch's, they're like the standard. Like that's just like a base. If you're not as good as that, you're trash. Like you should at least be as good as Welch's, or you just shouldn't exist as gummies. Just to be honest, you just shouldn't. If you can't be as good as at least as good as Welch's. And those were way worse than Welch's. Way worse than Welch's. Like Welch's is fine. I don't have a problem with them. They're just not like fantastic. You know, like you said, they're mid. The definition of mid. They're your basic fruit snack. You should be able to hit basic levels. Now, they remind me of childhood. A lot of Welch's fruit snacks back in the day. They're your number one, Miguel? Cool. Scooby-Doo Mario gummies. The streak is gonna die. How does it make me feel? One, I already knew who you were. But two, how does it make me feel? Fine. If the streak dies, the streak dies. What do you want me to do about it? Cry? Dude, I got a video today popping off. It's my number 2 most watched video out of my last 10. I've also gained like 30 subscribers today. Dude, I'm doing good, man. Channel's having a good day. Channel's having a good day. So, will the streak end? I don't know. We've been here before, and somehow we've always recovered. Will we recover again? I don't know. Dude, it's probably more than 50 ults. There's probably 50 of his ults banned. Anyways, we do have 13 minutes left. No, there's not. There's only 13 minutes left, Fairbanks. We are done at 11, unless there is like super chats with music that extend the stream. Where's Bambo? We need him. Who knows? Did I see your question? Probably not. Oh, have I tried gummy Skittles? Yeah, I've tried those. Yeah, they're good. They're actually more than good. They're fucking addicting. They're very addicting. I remember when they first did Skittle up. What is it? Skittle. What the fuck are those? Ice Pops, I guess. Skittle Ice Pops. They're really good. Oh, I never did that shot of, shit, totally didn't do that shot of Haters Tears from earlier. I got so caught up in things. I answered your question, Joyce. You asked about the Skittles thing. I was just talking about them. I literally just talked about them. What's the best candy company in your opinion? No. I don't really think about companies when I eat candy. I just eat it. Usually my favorites are like the local candy shops. The stuff that's not branded at the local shops. At everyone on the server. I'm not atting everyone. Oh, guys, me going to the server and adding everyone, it's like e-bagging. It's like a form of e-bagging. Begging people to come in and get money. No. Let's see here. Everyone's saving their money for Christmas shopping. The stream started late. To be fair, there's been less time. But hey, we do have a request coming in from Lily Young with the 2. Let's go ahead and get this up here. I know I got a DJ. Let's see. So you got Celebration. For the Fields of Mysteria update. Oh, hey. Yeah. Pretty cool, Lily. That's actually pretty cool. Cheers, by the way. All right, let's throw back the Haters. Cheers, quick. Yeah, I know you didn't. I realized that I didn't read your super chat until I went to type it in. And I'm like, oh. Helps if I read. The words are right there on 3 different screens, Nate. 3 different spots, and you didn't read it. Not even once. You just assumed it was a song. The streak is e-bagging. The streak is e-bagging. No, I didn't create the streak. It was literally a total community thing. I did not create the streak. So sure. I'm buying my brother Black Ops 6 for Christmas. Nice. I just have it through Game Pass. What's up, Karka? How you doing, man? Having a good night? Having a good day over there? Whatever time frame it is for you? I think you're, what, 12 hours ahead? Right? Something like that if you're actually in Japan. Thoughts on Bud Light beer? Because to me, I'm not a fan of it at all. I mean, it's just another light beer, you know, like Miller Lite and Coors Light and all the rest. And they each have slightly different flavor profiles, but kind of all the same thing. I'm buying myself Indiana Jones for Christmas. Nice. Can we start a new one if we don't hit 69? Well, it would reset. Yeah. It would reset, Joycey. The streak would reset to 0. Let's see here. You had a good lunch? Nice. Glad you had a good lunch. Oh, our total's at 9, by the way. Forgot to update it. We're at 9, so we are 60 doll hairs. 60 on the dot. Away from the streak extension. Rander hater donates 61 in spite. That would be hilarious. I'd be like, well, damn. Rip the streak, you won. Sure, man. You totally contributed to the streak not happening. I don't know what he's won. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't help you guys out tonight, so it's not my payday time.
This is going to sound crazy. Not even sure why, but I like your video. Don't mind the haters. Your Switch 2 videos, whether leaks or rumor, are great discussion, fun.
Karkun, for starters, you're awesome. I'll deliver the bad news. We're at 73.87. So bad news is streak is still not continued. We have to hit 150 or above now. That's the bad news. Okay? That's the bad news. Good news is we probably weren't going to hit the streak anyways. The way it was looking. They were probably not hitting the streak anyways. So what matters is your super chat. You just did what's essentially a $50 super chat, a little bit more. 62, 63, something like that. I'm just looking at the totals here. Because they know how the yen and YouTube's conversions. In fact, I don't even know if I could even pre-convert yen with YouTube, because they seem to use a slightly different conversion rate than they do than like Google does. What it says, I'm not sure why you like your videos. I just don't mind the haters. Your Switch 2 videos, whether leaks or rumor, great discussions of fun. Well, thank you so much. So there was a comment today on my video that kind of upset me just a little bit, because I felt like an attack on my audience. Basically, so you guys saw my video today, may or may not be real. We have no idea, right? There's nothing in it that's too crazy compared to what we've seen before. But this person said, what is it? All right. This person says, hey, save it for actual news. All your videos have been doing is making some of your viewers believe that this is real crap. If you value your channel's honesty, then you wouldn't have made videos like these. You know, a video that's speculating and having an adult conversation, right? Instead of making these false videos and spreading further misinformation about Switch 2. And my whole thought process is, did you just say that my viewers are stupid and can't tell when something's real and when something's not? I only ever see this complaint, by the way, by people who don't like my channel. Nobody else seems to be fooled. No one else is acting fooled. My audience, by the way, is like 99% over the age of 18, 85% over the age of 25. So like, I don't think my audience is so stupid that they like know the difference between what's a real announcement, what's not a real announcement, what's a rumor, what's not a rumor, what's a real leak, what's a fake leak, or what's up in the air. I think my audience, and I'm pretty transparent with my audience, I think my audience knows. They're not stupid. That being said, we have 3 minutes to go. Streak is in danger. Let me go ahead and get a shot poured for you here. Let's do, I mean, you went over 50. We got to do the $50 shot. So let's go ahead and get the gold out. The Goldschlager. The dripping wet Goldschlager. He gave some songs too. I don't know if he gave any songs. But let me double check. Let me get the shot poured, then I'll look. Got the Goldschlager poured. The troll's desperation for attention continues. It's funny. So let's go ahead and see what was said in the chat here, because I missed a bit here. No worries, the Karkun. He smiles. Not wasted. The playlist discussion makes you happy. Hell yeah. That's all I could give today. I didn't know about the 150, but that's all I could do with your pocket money. Oh, you're totally fine, Karkun. You're totally fine. Yeah. Nah, you're fine. Purple Rain. Member chatted him. Let's get that song playing. That'll probably extend the stream a little bit. A smidge. Joycey J doing a desperation extension to see if anyone else will continue the extension. 8-minute song. She's trying, guys. She's trying. Except it's not adding to my list. Come on. How many times am I have to search for this song before it actually plays it? There we go. Got it. Joycey doing her best to extend. All right. Oh. So we still have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance? Yes, I am. Cheers. Let's go ahead and get this big shot out of the way. Courtesy of Karka. Thank you so much for the Goldie. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. You're also our big gobbler of the stream at 64.86. Yeah, no one ever has to apologize for supporting the channel ever. Raps it with the 10. Getting us to 83. We're climbing up. We ain't done yet. See, we ain't done yet.
Okay.
Even my phone's like, huh? Okay. Huh? Having Hope 5 getting excited. Go ahead and get the $10 shot queued up here. Karka said it's okay to donate songs. Let me look. Get the $10 shot poured here. Yeah. And no one should ever get mad at Karka. Not like Karka knows exact conversions. Like Karka, I'm just a big supporter of the channel. Thank you so much for all the super chats you've done. Karka says, I don't see Karkin saying give music to the chat. Yeah, clearly it's all speculation. Yeah, I happen to think my audience isn't idiots. You know, some people assume that my audience is idiots. That's the only reason they watch your channel, because they're idiots and they believe you. No, people are... Okay. Sure. I think they just assume my audience is a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? Host Astrobot wins Game of the Year. It's what you voted for. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't see any songs. Oh, your donation and songs for the chat. Okay, so it was 60. So we give. You know what? Let's start with 6 songs to the chat. I don't want to give too many. Go too crazy. Oh, Chocolate Rain. Okay, we'll get Chocolate Rain up. And then, hold on, guys. At me in the chat. At me in the chat for 6 songs. We'll just do 6 for right now. Chocolate Rain. Can't believe we're listening to this again. Chocolate Rain. All right. Power of the Triforce, I see. All right. All right, so we got Power of the Triforce. That's 1. Let's see here. All right, the Arms of Sorrow. It's 2. Let's see here. Radioactive. All right. All right, it's 3. Four. Five. Nah. 6. All right, we got them added in. Let's see here. Make for the 10, by the way. To wrap it. Let's go ahead and get that shot done quick. J-Big says, keep the Switch 2 videos coming. Other than Echoes, Nintendo didn't really release any game I cared about in the games that come to Switch. I liked our third-party remasters. There you go. Yeah, I did that. All right, we're going to have to reload my chat. Stream just crashed. Not literally crashed. I don't know the names of the ones that got added, guys. All I know is I added them. I added 6 songs that I saw that I could easily find. Ooh, a text message. Why am I getting a text message at 11 o'clock at night? Who's texting me? Is it an emergency? Oh. G Fuel? You're texting me kind of late, G Fuel. Let's see here. Please don't donate. The Rizzler song. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. You got some funny requests in there. So we got Taker 610 taken care of here. All right. I read all the chats. Cool. I didn't miss anything. All right. But why though? Yeah, the streak either gets extended or it doesn't. We have to hit 150 right now. So we got to get 60, 75 more, right? Something like that. It doesn't have to be, by the way, the 150 doesn't have to be exact. The 150 is just, you know, has to be that or above. Just the min. 85, 87 is where we're at. Basically $75. All right. I do enjoy your channel more after you explain how you put your videos into categories on your channel page. Yes, I do. It's actually feedback I have given. It's actually feedback I have given to YouTube, where I feel like when you put things in categories, it should put the category next to the title. So if you go to, no, it doesn't have to. Obviously, only channels that do it. But let's say I go to my YouTube homepage. All right, I'll show you guys on my homepage. Here we have this Raw Bloodline thing, right? If this was in a category, I'd like the category to be right above WWE on USA or right next to it, right? Either right next to it or above it. I'd like the category to be here in like a red color or something, like a different color. That's what I want to see. I want to see categories be shown to people before they click a video. Right now, they're not. If you go to my channel page, you can really organize my content by what you want to see. Like if we go to my channel page right now, our featured video is going to be or our live stream right now, actually. But then you can go down here and you can see, oh, here's every video, but then here's the podcast. Here's just stuff that we consider to be news. Haven't considered it to be a news video in 3 days. Rumors and leaks. That's what today's video falls into. What's just a pure discussion video. Obviously, we have our shorts as well. So, like, that's kind of how I separate it out. So, if you only want, like, news, this is the one to click on. And you'll notice there's a lot more variety in here, right? Yeah, Switch 2, but then Nintendo Sues, Switch 2, right? But then Nintendo Test Program, Brothership, Switch Online. So it's kind of, you know, there's more variety in the news because the news is the news. The rumors and leaks are going to almost be all Switch 2 right now, besides one Zelda one. Besides one Zelda one, it's going to be all Switch 2. Nintendo discussions probably going to mostly just be Switch 2, period. Yeah, it's like all Switch 2. Which of course it is. But our news gives a little bit more variety. Then our podcast, obviously, our podcasts are not just Switch 2 topics all day.
The only speed that matters is how fast you can slow
Um,
down.
Lynn, last surprise. $2.99, $1.99 coming in. Let's go ahead and get this in. Last surprise. Lynn. Got it. Adding that one in, Joycey. All right, $2. That gives us to $87.86. $87.86. By the way, when we hit the streak tonight, because I have faith. Thank you to the hater who keeps telling people we won't hit it. You're reverse psychology the chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate the reverse psychology. Cheers.
Wake up and be a McDonald's breakfast person.
Cat, unplug your damn router. Oh,
Sausage
dude.
McMuffin with egg. Right now, get 2 for just $6.
All right.
App to save time. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item. Or
Now we're basically out just where we were before Carcon gave money to hit it again. 62-14. Oh, I can't believe we're playing this song again. I thought this would only ever get played once on stream. Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. All right. Let's see here. Cat popping out of the box. Yeah. Here you go. Chocolate rain. Zoom the camera out and see the light. Chocolate rain. Forecast to be falling yesterday. Chocolate rain. Only in the past is what they say. Chocolate rain. Cats, unplug your damn phone. Trolls think you said bad things about them in family boards. I want to see what they'll say. Yeah, I said bad things about them on family boards. Yeah, I'm sure I said such bad things on family boards about them. Considering that I don't think I've said a negative thing about a person on the internet. Like in terms of like actually attacking them. The closest would maybe be like the owner of Zelda Dungeon. And I think about the things I've said about him, and it's honestly like not that bad. And that's a person that I actually don't like. So like, there's no way I've said worse things on family boards about an individual person. Anyways. All goes to plan. I'll hopefully have a new pet next year. Cool. George D76. Switch 2 wins Game of the Year. Yeah. Yeah, Switch 2's Game of the Year. How many points did Dame have tonight? I know he didn't. I don't think he hit a single 3 tonight. His final stat line ended with 18. Giannis only at 20. Uh-oh, Giannis probably lost his points per game lead. That's all right. Who really cares? Yeah, Dame had a bad game. 6 for 18. Ouch. But he did make 2 clutch baskets to win. So, what are you going to do? Let's see here. They snub Persona 3 Reload and put Elden Ring DLC as the nomination instead. A lot of people aren't happy with DLC being in there. Like, I already don't agree with like remakes being in there, or I'm sorry, remasters. Remakes I'm cool with, but I'd rather see remasters in there than DLC, personally. And that doesn't mean that DLC is not an insult to DLC. People think it is. I firmly don't believe DLC is reviewed on the same criteria that new games are. And if you want to go, yeah, it is. Okay, then Erdtree, don't call it Erdtree. Make it Elden Ring 2. Make it standalone. You don't need the first game to play it. Make it a standalone DLC. Call it Elden Ring 2. And then see how they review it in comparison. Guarantee you they're going to hold it to the standards of Elden Ring rather than to the standards of downloadable content for an already existing game. Which is the standard they should hold it to, because that's what it is. They shouldn't actually hold it to the standard of a new game, because it's not one, and it doesn't have to stand on its own. It has to stand by building on top of something that already exists. Anticipated console of the year? Oh, jeez. It's the only one confirmed for next year. Well, confirmed in general. I guess Nintendo or Microsoft has a hypothetical handheld years in the future. Top 3 favorite streaming services? What, for games or for? I assume you mean like TV and movies, right? Like that's the one that has a bunch of services, right? Right. So I'm assuming that's what you mean, because there's not as many options for games. If you mean for like movies and shows, So like I have Prime Video. It's kind of by default than just being an Amazon Prime member, so I use it a lot. But it's not like my favorite. Even though The Boys is awesome and they have a few good shows and movies. Netflix is probably up. Well, Netflix is in my top 3 for sure. I watch a lot of Netflix movies and shows. Cobra Kai. Still haven't wrapped that up. I got to renew my membership end of the month for Cobra Kai. So Netflix is in there for sure. Then I would probably put in Apple TV. Now, Apple TV might not stay. I don't know. Because Apple TV just cut their budget and aren't going to be producing as many shows and movies anymore. So, but so far I've really enjoyed Apple TV. They just got new season of Shrinking out that I've been watching. So like I really enjoy Apple TV a lot. Got those two. After that, it's probably Amazon Prime. Not just because I have it by default, but because it's like I want to say Max. I really want to say Max. The problem is they only put out a season of something I'm really into like once a year, right? It's like once a year. Now, the thing they put out, I end up loving and think it's amazing. But it's only really once a year. So then Prime takes it for me because it's more than once a year that I'm actually watching something Prime produced. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. They might go, why not Disney Plus? Very good question. I'm behind on 2 Star Wars shows. And I do think Disney Plus is getting better for my taste. But there's a reason I don't have it right now. It's just not, it doesn't have that killer show for me yet. The new Daredevil one might be it. And that might be the one that gets me to keep a Disney Plus subscription for a while. So we'll see. That might change. That might change, is what I'm saying. Anyways, we're at 87, 86. Let's see here. How many songs we got here? We got about, how much music here? We got, all right, the song's coming to an end here. Final minute. We got about a half hour of music right now, so we got about a half hour still to hit the street. You thought Kenobi and Mandalorian were the best Star Wars shows? Nice. Yeah, if you want all the streaming services, it's more expensive. You can argue you're getting more for your money, but it's still, you know. So what I do is I just don't subscribe to everything at once. Like right now I'm not subscribed to Netflix. I will be sub next month, but I wasn't this month. So I've been watching stuff on Amazon, and then next month I'll be watching stuff on there. Then I'll go finally watch like Disney Plus after that. So I kind of just like, instead of subscribing all at once, you can subscribe for like a month. Watch everything, like binge watch all the stuff you wanted to. And then cancel. And don't subscribe again until there's enough content on there to make the sub worth it. That's what I've started to do instead of just keeping the subscriptions active all the time. Like deactivate on months when you're just not going to be using it. Because there will be months that like, oh, we just won't even watch Netflix because we've watched everything new on it. And nothing new happened that month, so we just end up not watching it. So why pay for it?
Do now? Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Andor was pretty good. Yeah, Andor's one I haven't seen yet. That's one I haven't seen yet. That's on my to watch list next time I resub. On my binge watch list.
Look at these humans watching pro football on satellite dish.
I've been watching
Anyways.
football for so long, I feel like I could coach like you, Coach Prime.
Coaching ain't as easy as finding your games on DirecTV. How you gonna beat a corner blitz on 3rd and long?
I'd probably just fly over it.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Stream football without a satellite dish. Visit directtv.com.
From the vision of Toy Story and the co-director of Shrek.
My parents are monsters.
Cable's bad besides sports.
Is there anyone you know who could help a wizard?
Cable's okay. What cable should include is like subscriptions to things. So example, if you have all the Disney channels, you should have a Disney Plus subscription included with cable. If you have all the Peacock channels, you should have Peacock included with your cable subscription. That would solve all the problems. That would start to make TV feel like a good value again, as if it included subscriptions to all these different services that all these channels are on. Rapsid drops another 10. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I may or may not have listened to that yesterday in the car, jamming out. Snoop Dogg, baby. Oh man, $10. All right, here we go. 97.86. We're creeping. We're creeping. Yeah, I've realized that I like binge watching shows, so I'll just resub and binge. And I find that I end up watching a lot more doing that, instead of trying to be like up to date on everything all the time, because chances are I'm not gonna be able to stay up on everything. Like when I watched, well, Amazon's the one that we always just have because of Amazon Prime shipping. We shop enough to maintain that. Plus, we use Amazon Music because we have Babexa, Babexa devices in my house. So like, we actually use the music stuff. So, that's like the one sub that, just because we use other services, we keep up. And we order enough online in the end of the year to really justify the money saved on free shipping. Yeah, I gotta call it a name it doesn't recognize. It's got like 5 different names it can recognize, and that's one of the ones it doesn't recognize. 52-14 to 150 to continue the streak. That's right. The streak is not extended, folks. We've still got a little time thanks to the extension music, but the streak is not extended. All right, let's go ahead and throw her back. One person gets silently banned. I thought they would have talked by now. I was mean to him on Fammy boards. Actually, that's not what he said. He said I said something to him on Fammy boards. Sure. I'm sure I did. Hey, Babexa, play. Really? What's up, Jimzo? How you doing, man? Can you please add KK Bubblegum? Sure can. For your super chat earlier, gotcha. KK Bubblegum? Let me feature this here. KK Bubblegum. Nothing popped up. Got it. I found a version. I know it's from Animal Crossing. I just had to find a version. I got it. I typed in Animal Crossing and it popped up. Right. Got it. Good to go. Thank you so much, Lillian. Appreciate you. Yeah, you're waiting for them to respond. It's because, Joyce, you already know what the next response is, right? The next response is never a real answer to the question. It's some inappropriate thing that has to do with taking my children to a place they shouldn't be mentioned. And you and I both know that's what's going to happen, because every time that person gets challenged with proving any of the shit they say, they can't do it, so they resort to being extremely inappropriate about my kids. Happens like clockwork. It's like clockwork. It's like every stream. Their mannerisms are so easy to recognize. It's always a brand new username, usually without a profile picture, who starts by complimenting me before slowly devolving into hating on me and then devolving into, you know, it's like a consistent behavioral pattern. It's very easy to tell now. It's like impossible not to know almost instantly when the first thing they say. Will they say to Nintendo to please wrap it up? They say that to everyone, Johnny, and yes, that's probably not going anywhere. It's industry standard. Is it extremely rude? Yes. It's also industry standard. So what are you gonna do? But it is rude. It definitely is rude. And they definitely should pick when the right times are to show it, when aren't. Instead of being like, oh, we're on a timer, so should hurry up. Nah, shut up. Sometimes you gotta read the room, read the moment. You read the room, read the moment, don't put the text up. But also read the room, read the moment when it is someone who's going too far and the crowd seems disinterested. Read the room. Read the room. Matt Mega comes in with the 214, getting us directly to 100, putting us exactly $50 short. That's right. We're 50 short. We're 50 short over here. Sheila E. Glamorous Life. All right. Glamorous Life. Sheila. Let me make sure I have the right version here. Ooh. Okay. We'll do the 9-minute one. If it goes too deep, we'll have to cut it off. $100 shot time. Hold on. I gotta let Yulia know the stream's extended. She might still be awake. I heard walking up there. It's not Yulia. Then I gotta go beat some ass. $100 shot. I don't really have a $100 shot. Let's just make it the mango vodka. It's technically not on the shot charts. This stuff tastes like shit. You think Erdtree deserves to win? It's basically Elden Ring 2. If it got called Elden Ring 2, it probably would not have reviewed it at 94. I know we'll never know because that's a hypothetical. But I think then it would have been judged against the original Elden Ring, as sequels do get judged, and it would not have been a favorable judgment. It would have been knocked a number of points. It probably would have still been in the high 80s, but I don't think it would have been a 94 if it had to be held to the standards of a new Elden Ring game. But it's fine if you really loved it, man. Good for you.
Double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve.
Can you handle that much caffeine? Hey, did you know
The Game of the Year winner should almost be on like an unlimited. I don't think anyone's gonna go up there and do a half hour of speeches, right? But like, at least give them 15 minutes, right? I think Game of the Year winner should have 15 minutes to say whatever they want. I truly think once it's announced, the 15-minute timer begins the moment they're handed the award. I think that's plenty of time. I think a 15-minute timer for Game of the Year winner, like minimum. They should just be allowed 15 minutes to say whatever the fuck they want. It's their moment. Instead of, like, it always feels like because we went over time or rushing it like 1 minute at the end, like a quick 30 seconds. Fuck no. Give them 15. Give them the extra 15. Stop worrying about the time limit. Give them the extra 15. Don't rush them off the stage. I have a very supportive community. Yeah. I mean, you were 64-86 of that, as you can see with the big gobbler. But yeah, the rest obviously got us to 100. Yeah, it's a very supportive community, Karkin. You're obviously one of them. You're obviously the biggest one today. We've had bigger super chats than that, but you're obviously the big one today. Thank you so much for being the big gobbler. But yeah, we have a pretty supportive community. We've already had super chats from, let's see, how many different people? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people have super chatted today. Yeah, very supportive community. We are your sugar daddies. Imagine that like every streamer in the world is called a sugar daddy because people give money that they never have to give. They just do it. Really? Oh, that's funny. Well, just imagine that's the way the world works. By the way, it's not even considered a donation on YouTube. Super chatting and buying memberships is not a donation. You're buying something. I'm cursing myself. I picked up again Vampire Survivor after all these months. Yeah, Vampire Survivor is very addicting. It's a very addicting game. Hard game, but addicting. Yeah, every job pays. How jobs make their money, who knows? It's all different. Sales are usually a big part of it. Selling some sort of good or service or commodity. There we go. Yeah, I heard something major happens. Of course something major happens in part 2. Paul Gale, but my Netflix subscription won't be active till the end of the month, so I can't watch it. I mean, if you want to share your Netflix subscription with me, Paul Gale, I won't say no. But Netflix may yell at you because we're not supposed to share logins anymore. Never mind the people who are still doing it, and I know people are still doing it. But not supposed to share logins anymore. So angry. But yeah, I've avoided all spoilers. I just heard. I don't even want to say it because it wasn't enough information to give it away. It's more like I have an assumption of something. I have an assumption of something that was hinted at, but I don't know for sure. So it might not be as surprising. Or maybe it will be. Because maybe my assumption is incorrect. So we'll see what happens. You hate Astrobot and Metaphor, they're woke. Alright, cool. And when we start calling everything woke, it kind of starts to lose its meaning. By the way, I'm not saying things can't be too woke. No matter what side of the aisle you are on, sometimes things go too far. I don't think anyone will deny that at times it goes a little too far. Just at times. But I also get tired of like every game that has like a gay character in it is now considered woke. I'm like, okay, or that's just like been a normal part of society for decades, but sure. Being gay is now woke. I guess I'm a straight white male, so I'm the least woke person in existence. Nah, I don't need to. I don't need to read your username. You're good, Mr. Pizza Delivery Guy. Yeah, that's literally not what woke originally meant either. I know it started getting applied to a lot of things that it shouldn't be applied to, and then I don't know. I think the problem is the term gets so overused, and by both sides, by the way, both sides overuse it to the point that like it kind of to me loses its impact to just say this is woke. Ergo, I'm like, well, if you don't give a shit, like I truly don't care about anyone's gender or sexuality. And if they present to me some weird gender sexuality thing in a game, I just don't care because I don't care about it in real life. So why do I care about it in the video game? Now, I will say I would consider something woke if it goes out of its way over and over and over again to beat me in the head that I should care more about X thing and less about something else. So let's say like there's a husband-wife combo over here, your traditional marriage. And then you have your non-traditional, but it's like LGBTQ, AI plus, whatever, couple. And instead of focusing on both equally, they focus heavily on one and kind of pretend the other one is like, doesn't matter. That it's not normal or okay. And you'll understand this if you ever follow me on social media, because one of the biggest things I hate is anytime someone takes something I say and then puts in words, of course a white straight man would say that. All these judgments coming based on my skin color and my sexual preference. When did it become okay? You know what I mean? When did that become okay? I don't know when it became okay. But suddenly it's okay if you're a white straight man to hate on me for being a white straight man. You know what I mean? I think that's just too far at that point. Why are you promoting hate? I thought the whole point was to promote inclusion. That would also include people that happen to be white, happen to be male, and happen to be straight. Shouldn't we all be included? If I'm not supposed to care about your preferences, then you shouldn't care about mine. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't matter. You can't, like, try to convince me how something doesn't matter, but then you hold it against me. Like, it's very weird. And I'm not saying that I am more that I get insulted more by society than people that are different than me. I think people that are different than me probably do get insulted a bit more in society. I'm just assuming. I don't actually know. I'm not them and I don't experience it and I don't witness it personally in my life. But I'm sure it exists. And to that I say it sucks. But doing the same thing in reverse doesn't make your situation better. It actually just makes it more likely to continue. So, I don't know. Someone just got banned. What did it say? How does it feel to not hit the streak? Oh, there we go. He finally crossed the line. I was wondering when he was going to cross the line. He crossed the line. Karkun comes in. Wants another one by Lynn here. Hold on. We got Last Surprise. Got it. Might already be on the list, but play it twice. Play it twice. It's so good we play it twice. Don't worry about it. It's so good we play it twice. Not a problem. Twice is nice. Literally like 2 songs from now, then it's going to play again like 3 songs after that. Because twice is nice. Twice is nice. All right. It's for the trolls, hell yeah. 103.24, by the way. We're creeping up there, guys. Karkun's just trying to promote us hitting the streak. We'll see what happens. No idea. We still got a ways to go. We still got like 47 bucks to go. We'll see what happens. We still got, how much time on the stream here? Well, no longer than 23 minutes. I'll say that. We're running close to it, but not quite. No longer than 23 minutes. We're done at midnight. Yeah, it's on there twice. Twice is nice. But yeah, no longer than midnight. So bare minimum 23 minutes. Not going longer than that. You say anything like that? No. Like the idea of 110 streaks. Is this increase permanent? So how? So no. So Karkun, nothing changed. Okay, the streak is exactly 69 US. But like for you, you do yen, so it's like you can't really perfectly convert it. So when you did the 10,000 yen, that put us past 69. Now, no one should be mad about that because we sat at $7 or $9 in super chats for like forever. We sat there for like over an hour. So no one can really get mad that that pushed us over because we were like within minutes of the stream ending and we weren't going to cross 69. You know what I mean? So like no one should be mad about it. And plus you did that, which extended the stream. So now, since we missed the 69, we can't continue it till we get to 150 now. 150 or above, we don't have to hit exactly 150. 69 is the one thing that's got to be exact. That's why it's so hard to hit, but yet it seems to hit all the time. It's kind of weird. We hit it all the time, but it's like really hard to hit. Well, 150 or above is also hard to hit because you got to have enough people giving money or one person being a baller. Rhapsod right now just keeps coming in. That's $30 from Rhapsod. Rhapsod's creeping up on Big Gobbler over here. Rhapsod just randomly dropping 10 a pop. He's just like, look, I'm just gonna keep giving you $10 shots. I'm not gonna ask anything of you. He's probably just in the back of his mind going, fuck that hater. Yeah, well, the hater doesn't know. That's why I've always wondered, like, is that person who keeps coming in secretly a supporter? Because every time they hate, the streak continues. And since they keep showing up to every live stream, the streak continues. I feel like they motivate people to give. Because people don't like seeing me take shit from people. I mean, it's a fact. People that tune into all my stuff, a lot of you guys don't like me getting heat over dumb shit. Especially, it's one thing I think, like, if people come in and call clickbait and stuff, fine. But, like, this person in particular always goes after my kids. Every single time. And I think everyone recognizes, like, how disturbing that is. That the thought of what they're about to type out about one of my kids even crosses their mind. Like, to even have that thought come up is already a pretty fucked up thing. So I think that, like, that just disturbs people that I have to deal with stuff like that. So it ends up motivating people to super chat. He kind of ironically backfires every time. Because people like, dude, that person's crossing the fucking line. That's just not okay. Streak or no streak, it ain't fucking okay. What are you gonna do? He can do new accounts all day long. You know what I mean? He can make 10,000 burner accounts. It's whatever. Do big YouTubers have to deal with this? Oh, all the time. They usually, what happens with the big YouTubers when they get stuff like this in there, especially if it's only in the chat, they'll let the mods take care of it and then just don't acknowledge it. Because they're so big, you know, they got thousands of people in the chat. So the chat's going like this anyways. So it's easy to just let the mods deal with it and just ignore it even happened. Because you're not going to catch everything in the chat anyways because it's going too fast. But absolutely, they deal with it. And sometimes there'll be ones that are just bigger than me, but not, like, my chat's not going like this. Let's say we had 500 people watching and we were getting like 100 new messages a minute. I would still see most of those messages. And so then it might bother me. And I've seen people that are like me, but a little bit bigger, have it really bother them when people come into chat to do that stuff, because not only is it just extremely inappropriate, it's hard to completely ignore it when it keeps happening. You know what I mean? That's what they want. They want to annoy you. I'm not annoyed because I already knew it. I saw at the very beginning of the stream, it's like I already knew. I kind of have fun with it. That's the way that I've started reckoning with it, and Joycey knows. I just want to have fun with it for a bit. They're always eventually going to go too far and get banned. Like, anyways, we are 36.76 away from 150, or just $37, $40, whatever. It doesn't have to be exactly 150. It's illegal to say that stuff. I'm not here to press charges. But I would say saying inappropriate things about real life minors probably is frowned upon by most laws in most countries. I think there would be very few countries where that would be considered.
Come on, the donkey rap yet again from me. What
the fuck is the donkey rap? Hold on. What the fuck is the donkey rap? We're not there yet. What the fuck is the donkey rap? I'm so confused. Is it the DK rap? The DK rap? Okay. I was like, I know the DK rap, but is it? All right, got it. Yeah, got it. All right, we're at 145.61, by the way, guys. 145.61. We'll get the $50 shout out for you for that, even though it wasn't 50 US. That's okay. Let's go ahead and also get that added in. I believe that's on Spotify. Let me check. DK rap. Let me see. Oh yeah. Well, there's a version. We'll play the version. It might not be the original. I don't know. Just what I recognize on Spotify. Probably not the original because, you know, Nintendo doesn't put their music on Spotify because they're weird. Most of their music. All right. DK. Donkey Kong. So it's still not continued, but very, very close to streak continuing. Thank you so much, Karkun. I thought you were done after you did that like couple of $1 one. I was like, you didn't have to give all your spending money, but thank you. Hecklers are the worst. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, being a content creator that, you know, being a content creator in general, you're just going to deal with stuff with that. And then being a content creator that talks about rumors and leaks, that's also going to get you more of this. If I just talked about just nothing but news, you'd get a little bit less. But you'd also get talked about, oh, I haven't watched this channel forever because there wasn't any news that they talked about you cared about, so you just didn't watch. You know, like, yeah, I don't sit here and deny that I make a ton of Switch 2 content. Of course I do. It's pretty obvious. If you like Switch 2 discussion, follow my channel. If you don't, then don't. If you like my other videos that I had going before Switch 2, that's awesome. Stay subscribed. Wait for Switch 2 to get announced. And then you're going to see a bunch of videos on games. I've been at this, you know, this channel dates back to 2008, but I've been doing it, you know, semi-seriously since the second half of 2017. And I have a long history, years on this channel of doing tons of game coverage. Like, yeah, you'd always have like the Switch Pro rumors or this and that, but like that was just an aside to like all the actual news going on. But, you know, right now we're kind of in this in-between place. Hope you make it to 150 today. Great aura and positivity. Well, thank you. I try. And I did take an edible before the stream. Like, it was like 2 hours before the stream, but so I was well feeling it when the stream started. If you wonder why the stream started late, there was a reason. I was pretty in the clouds. I needed a moment. I needed a moment to come down from the clouds. I might have overdone it. All right, 147.60 on our total. All right, that might be our last song we can squeeze in based on time. We'll see. Lovely day, Bill. There it is. All right, got it in. Super chat number 3. Very nice. Let's see here. Your dreams to be a content creator, but I don't know how I would deal with people saying stuff since you were a victim. Yeah. So, how do I say this? I have to do the $50 shot for Karkun still here too. I have the $10 shot up for Rhapsody. So I don't know what you were a victim of course, and all this stuff. That's a very personal thing. I talked about this before. I was raped when I was 21. And it's hard to talk about it because I'm a full grown ass adult. What the fuck? Overpowered me. What do you want me to do? So I went to therapy for a lot of years to deal with that. And you know, I've not let it create biases with me because it was a man. I've not let it create biases with me against people that, you know, enjoy the same sex, because that one person doing some evil thing does not make everyone that way. That is a ridiculous way to look at life, and I know that. But it's been hard. I'll give you a really weird example. I had a really big shit the other day, and it hurt. You guys probably had shits where it hurt, right? It's normal human stuff, happens once in a while. Since it happened, the reason I even bring this up is that came back to my mind because my ass hurt. Like instant, that pain brought me all the way back. And it's like it just happened yesterday. So like that kind of trauma is probably going to be there the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like, that's, as much as I bury it and get over it and try to forgive the person and whatever else, right? In the end, little things could happen that's going to make it just like it just fucking happened. And that's very mentally grating. So I obviously don't know what you went through, Force Fanatic. That's something I went through. It's something I deal with, something I get reminded of at really random times. And I just do my best to not let it define who I am. Because obviously that's like one of the lowest points in my life, to ever feel that powerless. I'm a grown ass man and I couldn't fight him off. To be that powerless. So for me, it's a lot of just keeping my chin up and just not letting it define who I am. Remember that they're the asshole, not me. You know, they're the asshole, not me. So I don't know what you've been through, but I've been to therapy and everything else for this. And honestly, I have a pretty good grip on it. But when the memory comes flying back, it's like, fuck, dude. Like when it comes flying at me, I'm like,
just got out of a therapy appointment today, digging into a lot of stuff from my child. It's tough, but it does help.
First, I'll shout out the Cart Gun. Cart Gun pushed us over. So Cart Gun said, "You won't see me coming. Trauma sucks. Thank you so much. Cheers. We got to chug this beer. We got to do two $50 shots. We'll just do a double. Oh, wait. My double shot glass isn't down here. We'll have to do two in a row then. Because MB dropped a 50 and talking about, just got out of your therapy appointment. Yeah, finding the right therapist matters a lot. Therapy is really scary when you're with the wrong therapist. I really don't know how to explain it. Because different types of therapists work with different types of people. And when you hit with the wrong therapist like 2-3 times in a row, it's like you feel like therapy is not for you and therapy sucks. Really, it's just about finding the right therapist. Because different approaches work differently with different people. Thankfully, I found a good therapist. But MB's pointing out they just got out of therapy. Digging into a lot of stuff from your child. Absolutely, you got to deal with that shit. And it's tough, but it does help. Force Fanatic put out there. I don't want to read exactly what he said. But if you're interested, Force Fanatic put some pretty personal stuff in the chat, man. Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up shit out there. There is. My experience is different from your. Like I said, I didn't know what Force Fanatic went through. I don't know what MB's been through. My childhood itself wasn't as traumatic. The only thing in my childhood, I got beat with a belt, but that wasn't traumatic to me. That used to be really normal way back when. I got hit with a belt. That didn't. I was an 80s kid. It didn't really bother me that much. But I will say, my dad used to have an alcohol problem. He never slept in the same bed with my mom for most of my childhood. He was always sleeping in the basement. He was always very dismissive. And one of my least favorite memories is me at my high school graduation party with my dad being drunk and chucking shit at people's cars. It's me and Eric are running around diving and catching shit so people don't get car damage and cost my dad thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in insurance claims. So there's not. Eric has more trauma for something similar like that than I do, because his dad went even worse with that stuff. But my dad, I just don't have a lot of fond childhood memories because of it. But he didn't beat me while being drunk. He didn't abuse me, harm me in any way, any of that kind of stuff. So I don't really have a lot of traditional trauma. It's more so just memories of my dad not really being around because he's too busy getting drunk. Now, so you might go, then why do you drink? Well, because it turns out I'm nothing like my dad. I'm more like my fun uncle. He's a lot of fun when he drinks. But as traumatic as that is, I don't consider that real childhood trauma. My dad's sober now. He's been sober for a long time. Very proud of him for that. He's losing weight. Now, granted, he's on some medicine for that. But still requires discipline. Right? Still requires discipline. Even though the medicine makes you not as hungry, you still requires discipline. It still requires keeping up on your health and checking everything, because there can be side effects to the medicine. But I'm proud of him for it. And I love my parents. But people are flawed. Inherently, people are flawed. They just are. People are flawed. So I feel like you got to be honest about that stuff. And noting that people are flawed. What I do got to do is go ahead. We got 2 shots of Goldie to do. We got to update this to our 284, which is where we're at right now. And we're going to add 2 to the streak. So I'm just noting that, like, hey, I have a pretty good life today, and I worked my ass off for it. But everyone's different. We've all been through stuff. For me, the worst thing was obviously when I got raped when I was 21. Because that's something I'll probably never forget. Because it wasn't childhood. It wasn't, like, early childhood. Like, it was very much like, no. Remember it very vividly. And I remember how they got away with it, too. So, didn't even have any sort of justice for it. But you know what? I've had to come to grips with that. And I'm okay. But again, only brought it up because you mentioned you had some trauma, and I just wanted to be like, well, I've had some trauma too. Recently reminded of it just over something that shouldn't even make you remind, but because what happened, it reminds me. So, let's see here, but therapy does help. The streak continues. Thank you all very much for everyone who super chatted. Everyone else in here in the stream, except for the hater, he can bring on the tears. Yeah, 2 bad therapists before I found a good one. It helps to talk about stuff. Yeah, and just having somebody who's not there to judge you. Like, you know, you might be worried about saying the wrong thing to your significant other, or the wrong thing to your parents, or this or that, or whatever. Like, sometimes it's good just to have someone that can let loose on. That's not going to judge you harshly for it. Right? They're trying to get you in a good headspace. They're not there to, you know, judge that you're some horrendous person because you're afraid to say this to a loved one, or you're afraid to do that, or you're afraid to take risks, or you have anxiety, or a billion other issues. Like, and finding the right therapist, it can take a while. My key to people who've ever tried therapy to help is, if it didn't help, you got to just find the right one. Keep trying. And I know that's saying a lot because sometimes therapy is not covered by anything, and you got to pay out of pocket. So keep paying for something that doesn't work. I get it. Keep paying for something that doesn't work. It can get expensive. But it took me, I think, 4 or 5 therapists before I found the right one. There was another one that was close. But then they said something that made me very uncomfortable in a therapist meeting, and I never went back after that. I'm like, damn it. I was actually kind of upset about it. I'm like, God, should I just, like, confront them and get this over with because they were kind of good? And then my literal very next therapist I also talked to him about what happened with that one. Not trying to get him in trouble, just explaining why it made me uncomfortable. And from that point forward, that therapist worked out, and I've been with that one for, she's technically retired, but 13 years. 14 years. And she was before Yulia. And she, even though she's retired, she still takes my phone call. Let's just say she gets a Christmas present every year. Because she's retired. She's like, I'm retired. I can't charge you for this. But I want to pay you. I can't charge you. I'll listen, but I can't charge you. I'm retired. So, yeah, she gets a nice Christmas present every year. As she should. For having to deal with my ass. We haven't met in person in probably a year. But, yeah, she's retired. So she gets a nice Christmas present. As she should. Because to have someone help you when they're ready to, like, move on with it, like they're ready to set it aside, and all their clients have been handed off. I even got attempted to be handed off, and the person that got handed off to just didn't click with me. I told her that, and it wasn't even a hesitation. She said, "You can call me anytime, day or night, 24 hours." It meant a lot. I don't know if I'm her only client she still has, technically, although she's retired. So I guess it's just friends talking. I don't know how you. I think legally it's just friends talking. I don't know that we have any of the legal protections of the patient-client privilege, since there's no exchange of money. But it's amazing, and it just showed how much that therapist cares about her patients. And if one patient didn't work out, and I'm sure if other patients didn't work out with the referrals, I might not be the only one that she still talks to. So, but sometimes just a friend, someone to talk to. And sometimes I don't want to talk to them, and they know it. Sometimes I'd rather bitch randomly to Joycey J on Discord, or, you know, send 10 paragraphs of messages to Paul Gale Network, or bitch at Andres Restart, or bitch at Eric, or bitch at Yulia, whatever's going on. Like, it all depends.
sum up, no,
But
owning a small business
I gotta
means
make this
every
stop
purchase
moving.
matters. That's why
You never
our
know. It's kind of what mood I'm in. Like, sometimes
designed
the mood, like,
to
I just don't really want to talk to my
transaction
therapist
a
about
step
this shit.
forward.
You know what I mean?
When you grow your
And sometimes it's like, yeah, I can deal.
small
Like, part of it is
steps,
also like, hey, it'd be nice to be able to
one
deal
thing
without
at
the
a time.
therapist. So you try to cope yourself and just cope with friends. And hope sometimes friends just listening's enough. Sometimes you legitimately need advice, you know? Because, you know, some situations are just so hard. And anyone who's close to me knows there's been a lot of hard situations in this year. It's been one of the harder from June onwards, it's been one of the harder, it's crazy because I had a cruise in June. But it's crazy that from June onward, life has been very difficult. And I appreciate everyone who's close to me that has helped me in any minor way. It means a lot. I'm a very private person. I don't talk about a lot of stuff. Or I'll dump a bunch of stuff on you, then stop talking for like a week. I'm a very closed off individual, and I know it. Yulia doesn't like that I'm closed off so much. I do eventually tell her everything, but you got to kind of break through my shell a little bit.
Call SBNB at 701-347-4900 to get started. SBNB,
yeah, there's bullies in every school.
Trusted contracts, higher premiums, and a partnership that works for you.
So my son, my oldest son, has to get on a school bus to come home, right? And the school bus he gets on, he goes to private schools, but his school is done like an hour before the public school. So he gets to dilly-dally around for an hour, and then he goes over to the public school, which is across the street, and gets on the bus. Well, that public school is a high school only, and he's in middle school, right? So he's one of the littlest kids on the bus, because it's all high schoolers, and then him. And there's high schoolers from the public school that just pick on him nonstop. We're trying to get him to stand up for himself. We don't want him to start a fight, of course, because they're not getting physical with him. I don't think he should respond with violence. I did tell him if they ever lay their hands on him, he should definitely do something about it. And I showed him a move that'll make him stop immediately. It might get him kicked off the bus, but I know if he did that move, something happened, and I understand. I understand, because you're doing exactly what I told you to do, and if he gets kicked off the bus, I don't care. They're teenagers, they're high schoolers, you're a middle schooler, they touch you inappropriately, it's time to take action. However, that's not what's going on. It's just a little light high school ribbing, teasing, oh, you Catholic school kid, blah, 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 blah. Just poking fun at them, calling them names and stuff. And that's not cool. I'm not okay with that. That's bullying, right? He told the bus driver tries to stop it, but it's hard. Because again, high school kids versus a little sixth grader, right? You know, and some of these high school kids are apparently freshmen. So they're used to probably being the ones getting picked on, and now, you know, because they're freshmen in high school of like 3,000 people, so they're probably used to getting picked on as freshmen, so they get to go pick on a middle schooler at a different school. I kind of get what's going on. So we're just trying to get our son to be a little tougher about it. Not start anything. Like, again, I don't want him starting fights. I said I definitely want you to finish, but not start. But, you know, there's multiple ways to deal with it. I told him the problem is if you stand up to him and tell him, you know, that you guys must have a sad life if you got to waste your free time having fun at my expense. Like, that sounds like a cool thing to say, but we all know that's just going to make him get bullied even harder, right? We're not dumb. I used to say stuff like that when I was getting bullied. Like, we all know. You could say that, and it's definitely true. You're speaking truth. But that truth cuts them, and then they come at you harder, right? And he's the younger, you know, less emotionally stable kid, so he's going to have the harder time taking the bullying words than him dishing it out. So it's tough to explain to a kid like that outside of telling on them, the best thing to try to do is like ignore them, because the more you engage, the worse it gets. And you guys see this with the trolls. The more I engage with the trolls, we could have banned that person right away, and none of that stuff would have been said about my kid, right? We all knew it was going to happen at some point tonight. But you know, it doesn't bother me anymore when they say that stuff, because it's just predictable now. Like, the shock value of it's gone. The shock value, like the first two times, was like, oh fuck. Now it's like, okay, I just know it's coming. Like at some point during the stream, it's happening and life moves on. Doesn't even bother me anymore. Doesn't even faze me. So I feel like I'm trying to get him to understand that sometimes you got to try to ignore it. I told him that, you know, we could try to get him headphones. And I said, even if you can't play any music, if you put them in your ears, sometimes it'll make people leave you alone. So if you're ignoring them, they think it's just the headphones and they leave you alone. Like, but if they're real jerks, they'll rip the headphone out of your ear. So, but if they rip the headphone out of your ear, the bus driver might actually step in and kick them off the bus. You know what I mean? So like, there is like if they escalate it to that point, that's considered a type of assault, then the bus driver can get involved. So I don't know what to tell him. You know, I'm trying to tell him, like, try to ignore it. They're just sad people. They probably have something going on in their life, and they're taking it out on you because it makes them feel better about themselves. Like, you gotta let it go. I know it's very hard to let it go. You don't know why these older kids are making fun of you. I get it. And the biggest thing right now is people calling him gay. That's such a tough one in our house. That's a tough one. Not because I give a shit if he's gay or not. Don't care. If he's in the men, shit, I ain't gotta worry about pregnant teenagers from him. He ain't gonna knock anyone up if he's gay. I'm actually all right with it, man. You want to be gay, be gay. Be in the men. No problem. I will walk you down that damn aisle and hand you away. I don't give a shit. Be gay. Doesn't bother me one bit. But here's the problem. He's at a very vulnerable age, okay? Where he doesn't know who he is and what he likes. He's in the 6th grade, right? He doesn't know. He doesn't know if he's into boys, into girls, into this, into both, into whatever. Like, he's trying to figure things out. He's entering puberty. He's in a very, very vulnerable age. So to have people pick on him and scream these things at him because he's in band and choir and has guys that are friends. It just... I don't care if he is, but I'd like him to find out on his own. You know what I mean, kind of thing? I'd like him to have a journey of self-discovery rather than having people pick on him to be bullied into a position that maybe he isn't. That's kind of how I feel about it. Let him be. Let him figure his own shit out. But if you keep screaming this stuff at him, kids start to just believe it if people keep saying it. You know what I mean? They just start to believe things if they keep being told the same thing every day. Oh, if you're in choir, you have to be gay. What the fuck are you talking about? I was in fucking choir, and I'm with your mom. A female. In fact, I was in choir because there were lots of hot choir chicks. You want me to be honest? That's why I was in choir. The choir chicks were hot. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm like? So I think he's confused, and I think this is a very confusing time in every person's life. And I just feel for him. Because I'm like, I've been there. I know what you're going through. I was called the same things. I was called a fairy and all this other stuff. And it's like, whatever, man. Call me a fairy. I was a bit more confident in him. So I had a girlfriend by the time I was 15. I don't know if Aiden will have a girlfriend or a boyfriend by then, but I don't care either way. It doesn't bother me.
This week, score buy one get one free famous bowls from KFC.
I just want him to be himself, and I want him to figure that out on his own. Because, you know, you guys know how it is when you're a teenager. Like, there's experimental ages in our lives where we don't really know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of these moments in our lives growing up where we just aren't sure of things. All right, I think we just made it through all the songs.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health.
I'm looking at the list. I think that was the final song.
All plans cover doctor
So I think we made it through everything. Let's get our last couple shots in.
Family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions, so you can have peace of mind.
So anyways, it's just something, it's just one of many things I'm dealing with. And he's a very good boy.
Find
But
a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December.
it's hard to deal with bullying and how bullying can shape you as a kid and shape your experiences. It's just hard.
No matter what happens to your phone this holiday,
But I know the moment he gets a driver's license, he's just going to want to drive to school every day. And you know what? I'm fine with that. It's fine. I'm glad he's getting the bus experience, and I'm glad there's a little bit of bullying. And I know it feels weird as a parent to say that, but if he wasn't bullied at all, I worry about what would happen as an adult when he gets fucking shit on. Like, if he's never experienced being shit on before, how would he handle it as an adult? I think it's very shocking as an adult if you've never been shit on before to suddenly get shit on. So there is a little bit of life experience there, but at some point, you know, I want him to overcome. I want him to conquer, rise above. I think he will. But it's a process. He's in 6th grade, very emotional. It's a process. It's a process. So I hope that he keeps working at it and working at it and working at it. And I told him, if I ever find out you broke some kid's nose, I'm probably not going to be mad about it. I will keep reminding you, violence is not the way, especially if they didn't touch you first, you can't take the swing. I told him several times, you can't swing if they didn't do anything to you physically. But it's just a very hard age. It's a hard age. But I'm hoping he comes through it stronger and better and with more support from his friends and the school and everything. Because obviously I told the school it was happening in case, you know, they want to intervene. You know, I don't know, obviously know the name of the kids doing it to him because like they can't tell us that stuff. But I could make my son tell me their names, but I'm not gonna go show up at some strange kid's house at a completely different school because they're bullying my kid. Now they physically assault my kid. That's a little bit different. If my kid comes home beat the fuck up, oh, I'm not gonna beat the kids. Don't mind me if I find the house, talk to your parents, and if they start justifying the beating of my kid, then I might beat those parents. I'm not gonna lay my hands on the kid. But I'll throw down with the parents if they think it's okay. I don't think any parent, by the way, would think it's okay, but you never know what you'll run across with a parent who thinks it's just okay for their son to beat the shit out of a middle schooler. But I like to think that parents generally agree that's not an okay thing to, you know. But my son doesn't have to know I have his back like that, because I hope I never need to have his back like that. Yeah, I hope I never have to have the back of any of my kids like that, where I have to go deal with the parents and things might go a certain way if those parents approve of my children being harmed. I just don't think they would. Like, it's hard for me to imagine parents being approving of that. I feel like the parents would do the right thing and punish their kids. But I'm not going to beat the kids. That's not the answer. Yeah, I told him his friend group matters a lot. He's like, but they don't ride the bus. I'm like, I know your friends don't ride the bus. I'm like, but here's the thing. And this is the part that sucks, because this started happening. I don't know how much of this I can talk about. My daughter doesn't live with us right now. She still comes over, but she spends a lot of her time with her other dads right now. And I'm not going to go into exactly what's going on, because we have some stuff going on behind the scenes. But what I will note is all the bullying started when she stopped riding the bus home. With him. And I think when she was with him, they were almost afraid to say anything. I don't know if they're scared of Melody or because she's a woman sitting next to him. You know, I don't really know. Maybe she just has a scary look on her when she's on the bus. Beats the fuck out of me. But this all started when she stopped riding the bus with him, which left him to fend for himself with no big sister around to deal with things, because she's an 8th grader. No big sister there to deal with things. Now he gets picked on. Sucks. I wish his little brother was going to be in his school next year, but his little brother's 2 years away. Because he will fucking stand up to anyone. He will get in their face. He's a very brave little boy. He don't give a shit. He's almost a little too brave. He almost has it like it's almost like he's asking for it. It's like that close. He's almost a little too brave, that little guy. But it's also good because it means he's going to protect his older brother, even though it should probably be the other way around. But he won't deal with anyone's shit. He'll immediately tell on them. If that doesn't work, he will get in their face. He will tackle and throw down if he needs to. By the way, he's never needed to do that, but he is very much a don't fuck with my family kind of kid. Now, he'll cry about it later to us, which of course he should. He's going to have real emotions. He's got to let it out. But that little kid, there was, God, I saw it myself. I almost wanted to. So my kids were getting dropped off. This was a few years ago. And Melody was being picked on really hard. Like there was this person, he yelled out the fucking window. They yelled out the bus window, like super loud. There's no way the bus driver didn't hear it. And called her a cunt. Now, Ollie at the time was like 6 years old, right? Just started going to school. He doesn't know what that word means. He just knew by the way the person said it that it was meant to be mean because Melody started to cry. I thought I was going to have to tackle Oliver. He sprinted back onto the bus and jumped on that fucking kid. Didn't hit him, but just jumped on him, looked him in the face, and said, "Go ahead, call my sister that one more time." And I'm like, I'm like the dad watching. I'm like a proud dad. I'm like, oh shit, I can't lay my hands on him, but kid to kid fights. Like, I can't punch that kid. But go ahead and tell mommy and daddy a little 6-year-old beat you up, you fucking cocky ass 12-year-old. Like, I'm just sitting back like, oh shit. Of course, then he got off and he told Melody, never let anyone mess with you. And I'm like, oh my God. Kind of a badass. He's kind of a fucking bad. I'm like, you're kind of a fucking badass. Goddamn. Never heard from that kid's parents. I think that kid got suspended from the bus. Because I haven't seen him in a long time. I haven't seen him on the same bus. So he might have just been permanently suspended for that. Of course, Oliver cried about it a little bit later because it was like an overwhelming, like, why would someone say that about my sister? What does it mean? That was a very tough conversation with my youngest. Like, what does it mean? Why were they attacking her? A lot of questions that are hard to answer as a parent. But I'm very, very proud in that moment because I know I personally, like, no, I can't. I can yell, but I can't do anything. I can't do what I want to do. Someone hurts one of my kids that way. I think you understand what a parent reaction is. You want to, no, we're done with that. But you know, like, you can't say or do certain things because it's a minor you're dealing with. Well, I couldn't stop my 6-year-old from doing it. So I was a little bit of a proud dad in that moment. A little bit of a proud dad, but also like, hey, I'm glad you didn't hit him or something, man. He probably would have knocked your lights out. Maybe he's a really big pussy. Want to not, you know what I mean? Like, my thought is, the guy's like twice your age. Like, you punch him, he's eventually gonna punch back, and that's not gonna end well. But that's why it's like, I know when he gets to middle school, like, he's gonna ironically be the protector of his big brother. Not that his big brother's like a pussy or anything. He's a lot like me. He's trying to figure out how to just take the world's bullshit. I get it. It's tough. It's tough to learn how to do that. Sometimes you gotta get really hurt to learn how to take the world's bullshit. You never dealt with bullying in school? Since I was a good fighter and jacked, they knew better to try. Dude, I was a 5-sport athlete and it still happened. Because I was in choir and band. Plus, I didn't think I was actually gonna, like, throw down. There was one time I threw down, like, ever in high school. People found out in a hurry, do not piss off. Janc getting over here. Oh, fucking drop your ass. Granted, they took a swing at me and they missed. And I told them better not miss next time. No one ever took a swing at me again. I didn't seriously hurt anyone. It was more so pinned to the ground, arm behind them in a position where I could have broke their arm, but I didn't break it. My grandpa taught me that move. He was in the Navy, and it was part of his basic training. He taught me. he taught me if anyone comes at you, do this certain thing, and you can literally have them in a position to break their arm, and they'll shut the fuck up in a hurry. Didn't break the arm, but it was an option. That was one of the only fights I had in high school. And no one messed with me again after that. There's a rumor that Sony's in talks of buying the Elden Ring dev From Software. Good luck. From Software's making so much money on their own. I don't know that they'd want to be bought. What's up, Dwayne Davis? How you doing, buddy? So what did I miss? We voted on the Game Awards. That was the big thing tonight. Stopped getting bullied in high school, but never had friends really to senior year. I didn't get bullied until 2nd or 3rd grade until I was a senior in high school. Yeah, when you're a senior in high school, a lot of that stuff stops because anyone older than you doing it's gone. And most people younger than you aren't gonna, try to pick on someone older. It's almost always older to younger. Sometimes you get it occasionally within the same grade, of course. And that's always tough. That's always one of the worst when it's within the same grade. Because that'll stick with you all the way through to the end, and that sucks. I still understand bullying. I think it's a lot of letting out aggression from stuff going on at home or something in their personal life. Like just trying to let it out in a way where they're not blaming themselves for everything. That's what I kind of feel like a lot of bullying ends up being. It's about issues going on in their life and how they're not dealing with it. But that still doesn't mean I want my kids to get emotionally damaged and beat up and all this stuff. Even though I realize that what my son's going through will help him when he's an adult. It's still yeah, but I only want it to go to a point. I want it to be helpful, but I don't want it to be overbearing to where they're afraid of life because there's mean people. Yes, there's mean people and assholes out there. You're gonna run into them as an adult, but not everyone's that way. And I don't want you to get pessimistic about the good that exists out there as well. Teleport where I needed help and getting those good. But yeah. Oh, dude, Paul, I don't even know, dude. If you were here when that got yelled at to my kid out the window, I don't think you would have laid hands on the kid. I think you're smart enough to know, hey, we can't literally touch kids. But I could see you just yelling at the kid. You ever say that to that girl again, then you just do a freaking spinning air kick and they just stare at you. Don't even know what to say. Here's Paul Gale in my driveway just doing a spinning air kick. And they're like, well, fuck. Right. Just the fear that somebody knows what they're doing. But the funny thing is that it kind of ironically reminds me of the Cobra Kai show, because there's a lot of bullying in that show, and they become people who know karate, so they fight it out with karate. Anyways, that's what makes the show really entertaining. A lot of bullying in the show, a lot of it solved with a fist. But in reality, that's usually not the solution. Works very well for a Karate Kid and all the entertainment factor, but in reality, there's not a bunch of karate fights breaking out at the schools, all right? That's not how things get solved. Not usually. Not saying fights never happen. Of course they can. Yeah, it's so normalized that kids are getting more. Yeah, it does suck that it's for me to be this is just gonna keep happening. You gotta find a way to not let it get you down or ignore it in the moment for that 20 minutes a day. You gotta worry about it. Try to ignore. I know. Yeah, it kind of sucks that it's a normal thing these days that I gotta be I'd like to tell you guys that this is just some bullshit you're gonna deal with for a couple of years and it goes away, but I can't lie to them. Dude, I'm a fucking adult. I still get bullied. I'm near 40. People still try to bully me. And by the way, I'm not talking about people who are critical of my content. I'm talking about legitimately people try to bully me. Try to say the nastiest things they can to try to get me to feel the same way they do. It just keeps happening. I'm excited. I'd like to tell you that it goes away. It doesn't. But what I can tell you is that it doesn't have to bother you. And the longer you're an adult, the more you'll realize how little weight you need to give to it. Especially if you have a good friend, family, significant other. God forbid you ever have kids. They put life in huge perspective when you have kids. life completely changes when kids are involved. It's like a whole new thing. Anyone who thinks they know what their life will be with kids, you're probably wrong. Lots of surprises in store. The older you get, the more mature people are on accepting. Oh man, I wish that was true. There are times that the older you get, the more people are willing to listen to what you have to say. But I'm not going to say they're more accepting. People get set in their ways, and the older they get, the harder it is to change their mind. So I don't want to say it gets better with age. What I will say is, as you get older, there's more opportunity for you to find like-minded people, thanks to social media and the internet and the ability in the United States, at least, to hop in a car and move somewhere else. There's just a lot more opportunity to find more people that jive with you. Then, like, when I was a kid growing up, it was basically, if you didn't jive with anyone in your school, you were kind of fucked. Now, God, you connect with the high school the town over and find someone that you connect with. Like, it's so different today than like back then. It was all, hey, it's either someone in your school, someone in your college, someone at your job, or you're fucked. Now I can do this live stream thing and I can connect with a bunch of you guys in a stream because life has changed. Things have gone in a different direction. So there's some negatives and positives to that, but one of the positives is I do think it's better to find people that you get along with today than it used to be. By the way, I don't think you should stop trying to find people in school or in college or at your work that you get along with. But it's just, if you don't, you'll still probably find someone out there at some point that you do. So, Dad Gamers United. Paul would only beat up someone who messed with his kids. Yeah, I don't think that Paul would actually beat up somebody who messed with my kids. I would say, I do wonder, like, I know how I would react as a parent because I can't help it because it's my kids. But I would be curious, like, if Paul Gale Network was, you know, going to be at my house, right? Like, he's babysitting my kids or whatever. Uncle Paul's over for a good time. They get off the bus and some kids chase them off the bus and start beating the shit out of my kids. I kind of wonder. I mean, Paul Gale would probably yell, knock it off. But if they don't stop, if words don't stop them, I am kind of curious. What would Paul do? Would he step in an act of self-defense? With tons of witnesses, by the way. To get those kids off my kids. I hope I never need to find out. Hope Uncle Paul doesn't need to come over and I need to find out what he would do in that situation. Because they're not his kids. Because obviously when you're a parent, it happens to your kids. Like, you only really have one reaction. But when it's somebody else's, but you're watching them, would you feel like, I need to maybe throw these kids off them? You know. I'm just curious what Uncle Paul would do over there. I'm assuming he would at least throw the kids off my kids. You know, it's like, that's just basic self-defense. Like, hey, I'm not trying to hurt you other kids, but get the fuck off these kids. Yeah, Paul Shuriken! He's just taking them all out. I can imagine Paul just like in the Cobra Kai show, just takes them all out. Just one by one, they just go down. He stands there at the end. He's like, all good. My kids are looking up at Paul like he's a fucking god. I'm like, my Paul, are you super proud of these fucking 12-year-olds you put out the pasture, man? He's like, one was at least 13. Trying to give him some more credit. One was at least 13. Let's see here. It'd be good for a TV show, but like in reality, that's like felonies or some shit. Felony assault. Well, there might be, okay, there'll be a little, it depends on how bad he hurt him. Like, there'll be a little leeway. There is such a thing as, at least where I'm from, where you can defend kids that are defenseless, even against other kids. That's actually allowed. But like, there's obviously a limit, you know? So it's like, you know, how much can I hurt the kid before they consider it over the limit? I don't know that I ever want to find out. You know what I mean? I really don't want to find out. But, you know, I do know if anyone fucks with my kids, it is what it is. My kids know that. I said, if daddy ever goes to jail again, it's going to be because I felt like there was no other option. You know, my kid comes home with a bloody face, bruises everywhere, broken arm. I was never called by the school or the bus company, and I'm just supposed to accept that. Well, there will be consequences. There will be major consequences. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those, like, you go to a certain point. Daddy may be going to jail soon. You know, I should probably put together like a fund for my kids in case that ever happens. In today's world, I wouldn't put it past some kid doing some dumbass shit like that. I'd like to think that'll never happen to my kids that bad, but you know, we all like to think lots of things. Then reality happens. You know what's funny? When people troll or bully you in your comments, I respond calmly and they get so mad. Yeah, someone said that apparently because you said something was in my video that you were saying it's true. Did you see that one, Joycey? Where someone said, oh, because she said it's in your video that, you know, I was fooling Joycey J into thinking everything's real. And I'm like, oh my God, how delusional are some of these people? No, my fans aren't idiots, thanks. It's weird. You're kind of insulting the very people watching the video. But none of them are acting this way. So what are you doing? Like, doesn't make any sense. Paul's a ninja. What's up, Dwayne? How you doing, buddy? I like your video today. So what did I miss so far? We voted for the TGAs. Got all our votes in. All right, we gotta get our final shot done. I know we're already in a little bit of extra OT with a half hour past. Let's throw this shot back and get the hell out of here, all right? Thank you guys so much. Also for listening when you ramble a little bit. Well, some of the trials and tribulations of trying to raise your kids in a world where people bully. So a lot of us have been bullied in our lives. A lot of us have dealt with some shit. I got taped naked underneath a bench outside the front of the school and had my underwear hung off the flagpole. Had that happen to me in high school. That was a fun one. So I know, I get it. I know what bullying's like and how bad it can get. Have a good one. All stay safe and healthy. Yeah, guys. Best community. You guys are awesome. Yeah, some teachers don't do enough. Like, I know teachers are heavily limited in how they can interact due to a lot of lawsuits that have happened. Like, it's very hard for teachers to do specific things. But they do have the power to inform people at the school that can get the right people involved to deal with something. And I feel like teachers don't do that. They're almost afraid to say anything, or they don't care enough. Not all teachers are this way, by the way. That's a very big misnomer to say every teacher is that way. That is not true. That's not true. A lot of teachers do actually care and do their best. But we all know that there are some that don't. And teachers, yeah, after everything with COVID, I think we all learned teachers aren't paid enough. We learned, because we had to do all this homeschooling and try to teach your kids, and you kind of learn that, like, we ain't teachers is the reason we're not teachers. We cannot connect with these kids in any form of academic way. We try. There's no form of academic way that I'm connecting with these kids. That's just not what's going to happen. It's also not what I'm built for. Teachers exist for a reason, and they're very good at their job. And not all of them, by the way. There are bad teachers. I want to be clear. I'm not trying to say every teacher is good. We've been fortunate because we sent our kids to a local private school. The teachers have all been good because they care about each individual student. But, you know, that is a luxury that we have afforded our kids. Not every kid gets that kind of support. So, like, if Aiden's having an issue with bullying, he can talk to the school counselor. He can talk to his teachers. He also has a mentor he can talk to. So my kid's got all these different support waves that are not just your parents. That's all provided by the school. So that's why we send our kids to the schools they are, because they have a support system in place. Is it the right thing? I don't know. As a parent, I think it's the right choice. Rather than sending them to the public schools and watching them just get shit on with no support. I feel like having some support while they're going through the most emotional time in their life is better than none. And support that's not just the parents. Because we all know kids aren't going to tell their parents everything. Right? I'm not dumb. I didn't tell my parents everything. So, someone that they could talk to where they're not going to get in trouble for it. It's because we had smaller classes. Yeah, and the principal didn't do anything. Yeah, that's the worst. When the principal's off-putting and doesn't care enough, that is a problem. Yeah. We talked to the principal about our daughter over something, and he got very hands-on and did everything he could to help her. So, but that's the thing. It all starts at the top. Whatever the leader, the principal, and whatever the leadership is at the top, even at private schools, it's by example. So if the principal's told stuff and then doesn't do anything, then you know it's not a very hands-on principal. And the problem is that trickles down to the teachers not being very hands-on, the student counselor not being very like it's a big trickle-down effect. Like if the person at the top is not very hands-on, then no one below them will be. You know, if they're the kind of person, it's always somebody else's problem. Like at some point, someone's just got to deal with the problem. It's not always somebody else's problem. Yeah, close friends are a big deal. Having a friend you can confide in, absolutely. That's a huge thing. Friends that you can talk to about how you're feeling. I mean, I'd like to think my kids will always talk to me about how they're feeling, but I know that's not reality. Got a question about Switch 2. Do you think Nintendo's gonna wait till the last minute? What's the last minute? Nintendo has the timeline. It's not last minute to them. And Nintendo's got a plan. Oh, they got a plan to talk about it. Yeah, they're going to talk about it for the end of the year. They're going to reveal it before the end of the year. For the end of the fiscal year. End of the fiscal year. Yeah, they got a plan. Nintendo's got a plan. It might not be our plan. It's their plan. When adults ignore it. Yeah. Ignoring as an adult's a little different. Joycey, so when I tell my kids to ignore it as a kid, it's less that like that's how I feel like they should do it as an adult. I think there's a certain point as an adult you kind of let it go, a certain point. Because at some point you have to just not care what strangers think about you. So there has to be a point that you let it go. But when you let it go as an adult and it's other adults doing it to other adults, it's usual that those other adults aren't going to learn. They're going to keep doing it. So sometimes like completely ignoring it as an adult isn't really the best way, because if you actually care about the people bullying, let alone care about what they're saying about you, sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. Sometimes that person needs to be put in their place. Even for the betterment of themselves, they need to be put in their place. But I think bullying when you're an adult is different than when you're a kid. Because I think people can grow out of being bullies. I think people grow out of being bullies. Not all the time. Some people are just bullies their whole life. But I think a lot of people that were bullies in school, if you talk to them 15 years after high school, they're probably not a bully anymore. I think people can grow out of it. But the people that don't, that are still just bullying as adults, and there's a lot of them. Just look at the recent election in the US. Bullies everywhere. That's tough. It's easier to ignore as an adult because we realize the things that matter in our priorities. So we can ignore a lot of it because it's just noise. But if it's someone that personally keeps coming at you as an adult, very frustrating. Very frustrating. When people bully you as an adult, that's another adult, and they do it consistently, it's very frustrating. And I don't mean bullying like coming in and saying hate comments. I mean like literal picking on you daily to your face. Yeah, at some point that's probably going to get dealt with, you know. They peak before 20 and are no longer interesting. I mean, that's assuming they ever were interesting. But I get it. Like sometimes bullies are really popular in high school. Bro, you still streaming? I had forgotten today was Monday. And then new aside from the renders, we just voted on the Game Awards. All right, we're gonna end the stream there. Thank you guys so much. We're at 284. No gifted members tonight, which is a-okay. 74 people watching. You guys are awesome and amazing. Derby Andy says this is why I hate bullying as a term these days for anything. I don't have a term for anything. If you pick on somebody else, you're bullying. If you're picking on somebody else who doesn't want to be picked on. Some people ask for it and like it and laugh with you. But I think if you're somebody who never asked for it and are being picked on anyways, you're bullying. I think it's pretty black and white. I don't think there needs to be this great divide. Not everything is bullying, just the things that are clearly bullying are bullying. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video.